just sit here and write
all day long.
Hey, y'all.
Hello, guys. Welcome.
Hey. It is so good to see you guys back on the Bourbon Blend, episode number 18.
18.
I thought
crazy.
we would maybe get 5 shows out of this at max. It is Thursday night, February the 8th in the year of 2024.
That it is.
And we're back with some Bourbon.
Yes.
As some would say. We're going to drink some Old Soul.
Yes.
Tonight.
Looking forward to it.
Which we love.
Yes. It is very good. I'm normally a Kentucky bourbon girl, but you know what? I really do like the Old Soul.
The upper types of Old Soul.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Single barrel and whatever else. Oh, there we go. Looks like Corey got noticed in his Rivals hoodie today.
That's
is
funny.
what happened. So we're going to start off talking about Auburn, but then we'll migrate into Old Soul on this. I just got this.
Amazing agenda here.
Yeah, I just got the agenda here.
Hot off the press.
We'll go to the James E. Pepper, which Courtney picked up in Columbus.
Yes.
I used to call it Columbus back in the day, but I was just doing that to make fun of Troy Johnson, who worked there.
Yes.
And then we're going to do a haul video from our trip to the bottle shop in Columbus, Georgia. And then we'll do picture time. And then we'll just kind of do whatever else is going on.
Just like a usual show.
Yeah, I mean, we just kind of, it's stream of consciousness.
Kind of go with
for
the
us.
flow.
Also, I'm going to be hydrating tonight with this BioLite.
Tell me what that helps you with,
We love
Jay.
BioLite. It helps with dehydration, upset stomach, cramps, fatigue, overindulgence, and flatulence.
Flatulence.
6.5 times more electrolytes than the regular electrolyte beverage.
Oh, that's
so you
a
can
lot.
really taste it when you drink it.
So I guess you can. That's a better substitute than Pedialyte.
Brandon H., who is a bunker legend, says he finished off his Tintype the other night. That is one of the
That is one of ours that we're going to be having
that we're going to be
tonight.
having tonight. We have 2.5 bottles of that stuff left.
Yes.
Because we like it so much and we stock up. Let's go ahead and get started on the Auburn tip. The Auburn Tigers last night got a big W.
Yes, they did.
Over the hated Alabama Crimson Tide.
The best thing of the night is the lights were on the whole time, Jay.
Well, that is a good thing for Auburn, I suppose. 19-4 overall with the win. 8-2 in league play. They won 99-81, a game that I guess it was close. About 8 minutes to go in the first half. Auburn went on a big run. I think 16-2 to finish out the half. Got up 14 and really just kind of pushed them down in the second half.
I am surprised it was not triple digits, though.
Yeah, I know. One of the walk-ons had an opportunity to hit 2 free throws at 98 to get to 100. He only hit 1.
It just wasn't going to happen.
Disappointing,
Wasn't in
man.
the cards.
Your future at Auburn is on the brink here, my man. Jalen Williams had a great night. 26 points, a career high for him. And listen, man, he's played a lot of games at Auburn, so when he has a career high, that's a big night for him. 8 of 13. And he really got everything he wanted last night. When he wanted something close to the bucket, he got a good look. And I think this is something you're going to see more of from Auburn. I think in the game against Mississippi State, in the first game against Alabama, I think they got a little shooty, a little three-point shooty. And I'm not sure this team's personality is to jack up threes all the time. Their percentage isn't quite there. So it makes sense for me to see them work harder for better shots closer to the bucket. Janai had 24, 7, and 5. He had a really good night, too. Gave Alabama a lot of trouble on the offensive glass, too.
Well, the amount of fouling was pretty absurd.
Yeah, 40 of 50 Auburn was from the free throw line, and I think they attempted something like 36 free throws. So
That's crazy.
That's a lot. A lot of whistles last night.
Makes for a longer game.
I believe that was an Auburn record for free throws hit in a game. 40 free throws is
that's
crazy.
A lot. It is a lot.
15 assists and 5 turnovers for the Tigers. 5 turnovers for a whole game, to me, is crazy against a really good opponent like Alabama. Boy, I tell you what, man, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago with Pearl, they would have 15 to 20 turnovers a game. They couldn't hit free throws, and they've really tightened up on that part of their game. I know you love a good free throw shooting
I love
team.
a good free throw shooting team. And what else do I love?
You love a bounce pass.
A great bounce pass. I do love a great bounce pass.
Well, you love Trey Donaldson, then. He's
Yes.
Auburn's point guard. He's really good at bounce passes.
I love it.
And it looks like he's kind of moved up in the hierarchy.
Playing a little bit more.
He is playing a little bit more, and I think he's probably PG1 at this point, which I'm good with. Aiden still thinks he's the Mad Bomber, shooting away from 26 feet, and he's not hitting as much, and I think it's affecting his confidence. And Trey is not having any confidence issues. So they beat Alabama, get even in that series. They split it this year. They are now tied with South Carolina atop the standings. We'll get to the standings here in a second. Huge game now. for Auburn
Florida.
on the road at Florida. And a little piece of trivia, Courtney, I have never covered Auburn winning at Florida.
Is that right?
96 was the last time Auburn won at Florida. And you and I covered a game
That
at
is a
Florida
big
when
game.
they should have won.
Yes.
And we were watching practice.
Except somebody had to sit out.
And Chris Porter got yanked out of practice.
Yep.
And you said, hey, Jay, what's going on with Chris Porter? And I go, I don't know.
I was like, why are they making him walk off?
And that was the last time we saw him in an Auburn uniform. Yeah, they ended up starting Abe Smith in that game.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not quite Chris Porter, guys. Let's see. Otag says, as a Florida resident, I love any time Florida loses. Give them hell, Tigers. I love that. Brandon H. also says, Bama is pretty soft inside on O and D. If you can keep them from hitting 45% of their threes, they are very beatable. They certainly were last night, and I agree. Grant Nelson's a pretty good player, and he reminds me of like a 4. I don't know what position they actually play him at, but he's kind of an outside guy anyway. I think he prefers to shoot mid-rangers or threes. He's the kid they got from North Dakota State, who is from, I believe it's called Devil's Lake, North Dakota. I looked this up the other night.
Okay.
It's pretty damn close to the border. And the closest Canadian city to that was Winnipeg.
Oh. Wow.
A city I've never been to. I couldn't tell you anything about Winnipeg aside from the fact that it starts with a W and they have the Jets there.
That's about all I know as well.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
You want to go to Winnipeg?
No, thank you.
I don't either. I'd rather go south.
I'd rather go to Alaska.
You and your
Jay's not
Alaska
much
thing.
for cold weather.
No, I'm not really.
Nope.
Me and Tub, we got that in common. Let's take a look at the standings. The Auburn Tigers move up a spot with that win over Alabama. Now three-way tie atop the standings with South Carolina and Alabama. Auburn is at 8-2. And Auburn's on a nice little streak here, but got to go to Florida. Coach Todd Golden is the Gators coach, former Auburn assistant. And he's been talking to the guys this week because, I mean, shit, he worked here just like, it feels like a couple years ago. I think it was 5 years ago. And so Steven and Chad and Burgo and Ian Borders, they all know him. And I think Steven was on a FaceTime with him just the other day. So it's kind of cool when your friends are the ones that you're coaching against.
Yeah.
You still want to beat their ass, but it's
For sure.
it's a fun dynamic. Tennessee right there, still a very good ball club. Kentucky,
Struggling.
they got this last W, but they actually slaughtered Vanderbilt. Was it Vanderbilt the other day?
I mean, does that even count?
Yeah, they beat Vanderbilt. But Vanderbilt did beat Missouri at home, so that was
Well,
big.
one of them had to win, right?
Somebody had to win the Battle of the Goobs. And Missouri's lost all 10 of their SEC games. Golly, it's tough, man. They thought they were going to be pretty good this year. Hey, you 256 in the house. What's up, bro?
In there.
All right, so you can see in the standings right here, Auburn needs this win against Florida to keep pace. South Carolina is just absolutely streaking right now.
I am surprised. I was not anticipating that.
Their coach, Lamont Price, is a guy who dug his way up, I think. I mean, when he was starting out, he was at Worcester. He was at DePaul in Greencastle, Indiana. He ended up being an assistant at Wisconsin, and that was where he really got known. But
You know, those are teams that we played in field hockey.
I did know that.
That's how low they are on the totem pole.
He was down, he was down at the bottom.
Bottom of the barrel.
Nah, you weren't at the bottom, though. Y'all had a good team. Texas A&M, Ole Miss. Ole Miss had they lost by 3 last night. A game that playing at South Carolina they should have had. LSU, Mississippi State, Georgia. I mean, Auburn's got to play at Georgia pretty soon. They're very good at getting ahead of people at home, but then they can't hold.
Hang on. You got to hang on.
And Arkansas, 2-7, man. This is not looking good so far. Those fans do not put up with some bullshit. Kentucky fans put up with less bullshit than anybody, but Arkansas is pretty close.
And that's funny because, I mean, Arkansas? Come on now.
Arkansas people really care.
I know they really care, but it's Arkansas.
They thought they were
It's
really
kind of like
good.
Tennessee football. Everybody really cares about it, but it's Tennessee football.
You didn't know who the coach was in the NCAA tournament when he took his shirt off, and you go, "What is he
I was
doing?"
like, what is he doing?
It's just him.
That's just not cool.
It's just him.
Put that back on.
Vanderbilt,
You look
Missouri,
absurd.
rounding it out in the SEC. I don't think Stackhouse is going to make it at Vanderbilt. So again, standings look pretty good. Auburn's got a real shot to win this thing. Kentucky and Tennessee are the ones I worry about more than Alabama and South Carolina. Kentucky's a team that's got a ton of talent. They just got to get it organized and get going in the same direction, if that makes sense.
Their coach has to get them organized and headed in the right direction.
I know. Kentucky fans these days are wondering if Cal's got what it takes anymore.
He hasn't had it for a while. It's been a while.
It has been a minute.
It's been a minute. It's been ever since he got his lifetime contract, actually.
You saying he got the bag and
and he's like, yeah. No, I think he wants to win. It's just, it's not there. It's not there. It's disappointing.
But when they click, man, they are good.
But they did beat Jay's U of L Cardinals, so.
No, they beat your U of L Cardinals.
Your U of L Cardinals.
And also, I want to make an announcement. I meant to put the tweet up here, and I failed by not doing that. But the Transylvania University women's basketball team got their 55th in the row the other day.
It's crazy.
55 in a row, Trancy's won. And
awesome.
I really want to go to the Final Four this year because obviously they're going. But it's going to be in Cleveland, which I don't really want to go to Cleveland. I was hoping it would be like in Atlanta or Montgomery, maybe a Garrett Coliseum.
Garrett Coliseum is hosting.
Home of the Division III Women's Basketball Tournament, Garrett Coliseum. Don Properdicken is with us tonight.
Hey, Don.
Add that to the show.
Whoa.
Oh, hey there. Our intern's getting a little
crazy with
ambitious
it
on that one.
Yeah, bring that on down.
Glad to be checking in. Got sidetracked. Don, thank you, bro. Don was part of our show last night on the Brain Drain. And calling all the way, the time difference when he's in Holland is.
I mean, that's a long time difference.
That's really something to contend with. Also, my man, AU Taxman says you hate to see Musselman at 2-7. You hate to see it, but you love to see it.
Yes.
Because he's such a little douche.
He is a little douche. I agree.
Yeah. So anyway, big win for Auburn.
It is a big win.
Anytime you beat
think
Bama.
they can hang on here?
Got a little.
What do you think about this Florida game?
It's going to be
think
a tough
it's going
one.
to happen?
I think Auburn's going to win this game. They're going to grind that win by 5 points.
5 points.
Auburn's got 19 wins this year, and all of them are by double digits. That is really something. And also, I think in the Ken Palm, Auburn is now 4.
Wow.
AU 256 says, asking for a big W at Florida for a birthday gift.
How about just a W, not necessarily a big one?
He's just, I think he would take a 1-pointer.
Yeah.
AU 256, part of the Madison Mafia, by the way. I was talking to the godfathers of the Madison Mafia earlier today.
Oh.
Easterwood and D. Lucky. Trying to get something coordinated up there. It looks like our next one's probably going to be in Atlanta.
Well, yeah, Atlanta and then Orange Beach.
And then Orange Beach, yeah. So those are our next stops.
Stops on the tour.
I know AU 256 was talking about maybe getting down to Orange Beach from his
that would be
location
awesome.
at points north.
Would love to see you.
But yeah, I think he would be a good fit for what we're doing there. Can he throw down? He can party.
Of course.
If you're in Orange Beach, you better be ready, bro. You better pack a lunch.
Bringing it.
Number 19 and number 20 will absolutely tear shit up.
Chip is an amazing host, so.
Well, what about his wife, too? She's great.
Well, yes, Mrs. Chip.
Yeah, don't say her name, though, please.
I won't.
Let's move on. We'll do some bourbon stuff.
We're going to taste some bourbon.
All right, we'll put up some old soul stuff here. Those of you who have been following me for a little... No, don't do that. Who've been following me for a little while know I used to have a relationship business-wise with CATHEAD. They sponsored a podcast that I did with my friend Neil, who runs the Ole Miss site. Neil and I apparently broke up. He dumped me. Is that fair?
He dumped you. He did.
He dumped me.
I'm sorry.
He dumped me. It hurts.
It's okay.
I don't know why, though.
That's okay.
I asked why, and he never told me.
Now you just get to party with your wife on here. So.
Do you have any theories about why he dumped me?
We're not going to discuss that on air.
Damn, okay.
Yeah.
I guess you do have some ideas then.
That's an off-air discussion.
I feel like we've had it.
Yes.
All right, Old Soul, as Courtney's going to model one of our bottles here.
Which one would you like? We'll go with this.
Yeah, we'll go with that one. That's a pretty bottle there.
That's a pretty one.
Old Soul is from the CATHEAD Distillery in Jackson, Mississippi. They have a nice little distillery there in downtown Jackson. These are good folks. These are SEC folks. My friend Major works for them, and he's a really, really good dude. I've met the owners. I don't know them by name, though.
That's okay.
Opened in 2010. This juice is distilled in Indiana. It's MGP. Aged in Mississippi. It's 75% corn, 21% rye, 4% barley. So that's kind of a middle-of-the-road mash bill. And retail for the basic, what I call the basic Old Soul, the brown label Old Soul is $49.
Yeah, this is not the basic Old Soul.
No, that's a single
Soul.
barrel.
This is a single barrel.
Yeah, that's a store pick we got from the bottle shop. I believe that is $70-ish.
I think it's 80. But
Okay, it could be 80.
yeah, I think it's like 70.
And then Tintype is their...
They're a little more expensive.
Yeah, and they go on up. They've got a 15-year, and I think they've got an 18-year, too, that we saw in a store in Lexington years ago. Yeah. $1.50 wants to know, is CATHEAD blending their own distillate with MGP yet? I believe they are.
I believe so.
I believe
so.
that's true. Not for the Tintype. I need to check with Major on that, Buck. But I will. TPB says Neil's a chode. Do you know what a chode is?
That's not very nice.
Ravin says irrational people don't know why they do things, Jay. Thank you, Ravin. That's
That
probably
is true.
I'm a very rational person.
He's not
usually.
standing on business.
Well, he would argue that he actually is because I
No.
think our podcast didn't make enough money for him.
That's not the point of standing on business, but
Well, it kind of would be, right?
no, because if you have a contract, you finish a contract, and then you move on. But that's okay.
That is a fair point.
So-
All right, so you can find Cathead anywhere. The Old Soul, you
Old
can
Soul.
find that anywhere. That's
Now-
in every ABC.
So before they started with this, they started with their vodkas
They did.
and their gin, because that obviously you can get very quickly in a distillery. You don't have to worry about the aging process in the barrels. You just kind of make your vodka and move right along.
Yeah.
And their vodka is good. They have several flavors. They have a bitter orange. Isn't it bitter orange?
Yeah, bitter orange.
Bitter orange.
Sure.
They have a raspberry now. The honeysuckle is really good. And then they have a regular vodka. But it is very good. It is great in cocktails.
No doubt. And I used to be anti-cocktail, but I changed my tune on that.
Yes.
They also have something called Bristow Gin. It's their gin.
Yes.
And they have a Hoodoo Chicory liqueur, which I
Yes.
absolutely
We still have
love.
some of that at the house. We need to break into that.
Yes, I really enjoy that as an after dinner. In fact, maybe we bring that.
Oh, yeah, we might have a
Not
little
a
bit of
bad
that.
idea. But we're focusing on Old Soul. See, Taxman's having Calumet 15 tonight. We love Calumet
Okay.
because for us, Calumet is a reference to the farm.
Yes, I do like the old bottles though instead of the new bottles. The new bottles just look like a wine bottle similar to this. I like the old Calumet bottles,
Yeah.
but they were much cooler. But we know they probably were having trouble either procuring them or paying for them.
Yeah.
So therefore they switched up the bottle.
Calumet, a great stable years ago in horse racing.
Yes, very much so.
Golly, Citation was Calumet. Back in those days, they had a blue and red silks, and then now these days it's black and gold.
Well, their fence borders Keeneland racetrack.
It does.
So
they're right.
like they're they basically would just trot their horses on over there.
They had a long time where they were dormant. That farm was. They had
did.
a horse named Criminal Type that I love, one of my favorite horses of all time in 1990 or so, and then they went downhill. And just recently popped back. They got a horse in the Derby a couple years ago.
Yes.
Anyway, the Calumet bourbon that AU Taxman is drinking is actually affiliated with the
Yes.
farm. So it's not just a pretty name. Let's see, AU 256 is drinking some Elijah Craig Toasted tonight. That's a tougher
Okay.
one to find. Nice.
It is.
Nice. Okay, so Old Soul, it's distilled in Indiana. They bring it to Mississippi,
They age it there.
and they age it there in a big-ass warehouse. In fact, I've got some show and tell pictures for that. Let me show you guys real quick what I'm talking about. This is a collector's item. Hopefully someday. There it is right there.
Right here.
This was the very beginning of their Old Soul stuff when they were they distilled their own stuff and aged it. You can see it was very light.
This is from 2018.
Yeah,
think.
17 or 18.
Yeah.
Back when they were just getting started. They didn't have that name for Old Soul yet, so they were just kind of calling this nothing too fancy. It was basically the predecessor.
That was fun. We really enjoyed going in. We basically went in the lab where they were,
Yeah.
tasting and all that sort of stuff. That was fun.
That was
I
really
enjoyed
cool.
that.
There's the side of that bottle just to prove that it is from Cathead, indeed. A couple things from the distillery. They have a bar. They have like a big ass area there. They have a nice bar. Those are Cathead vodka bottles signed by me and Neil. I'm
And
sure
it
those
is.
are worth a
Those
ton
are
of
collector's
money now.
items now.
And there's part of the distillery where you can kind of hang out and drink a little bit. That's me.
They
and
do
Neil
have a
doing show.
stage. They're very much into promoting local musicians.
They are actually, the name Cathead is a reference. It's like a slang term for a musician, is what Cathead is, the word. And they're big on music. And let's see. Oh no, that's something else. Sorry. I guess that's the end of the road right there, huh?
There's a picture of you with it, but I don't know if you did that.
No, I didn't do
did
that
the
one.
edited picture.
But yeah, I was pretty stoked when they sent that to me. I was like, oh, you guys
Yeah,
are gonna
this
do
is
bourbon
really
now.
cool.
Sweet.
Yes.
That was very exciting.
So it is very cool to see how they've grown so much. And while we were researching some of Cathead's history, we also found out about when Prohibition was actually lifted in Mississippi.
Repealed in 1966. Like,
So
what?
crazy. Like, wait a minute.
Ah, man, I thought that was over in like the 30s.
There were a lot of things going on in the 60s, but I would not have imagined that was what was going on in Mississippi in the 60s.
Mississippi was the last state to repeal prohibition as a
Yes.
state.
It's crazy.
Although a long time before that, it was kind of county by county or locale by locale. And I was reading about this because I was so stupefied by it. Apparently, there were a lot of communities along the Delta and down by the Gulf that had cleared it. That you
Well, I'm sure
you get alcohol.
they were
there.
on the river, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they just roll some things on off of there on the river.
But if you were out in Columbus or Pontotoc or Meridian or wherever, Laurel, there wasn't any legal alcohol down there. So apparently that's what the people wanted. I don't think we would have been very comfortable there.
No.
All right, so the Old Soul tonight we were drinking.
So let's go ahead. Which one are we going to start with?
I think we ought to start with that. Yeah, the single barrel.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorites. We actually have two.
We have another one there?
Well,
Oh, okay.
I never
Is it
opened this
both
one.
of them from the bottle shop?
These are both bottle shop store
Oh.
picks of Old Soul. I
Are
happen
they
to
the
love
same
this.
one, though? Or
No,
is it
this is a
one?
different. It's a different pick. It's a different trip.
What's the proof?
So this is 115 proof. The one we're drinking tonight's 120.
Okay. How about that?
And we bought two. I bought this 2 years ago. This was the very first pick from Old Soul, and I thought it was so fantastic because I tasted it there. I got 2 bottles, and I saved this one. I cashed out the other one. So I'm a big fan of these Old Soul single barrels. I think
Now
these are amazing.
this one you just bought on our last trip, and it's
Yes.
you can tell that Jay has been enjoying it because it's
Yeah,
not
I
very
do like
full any longer.
Vince says CATHEAD is also a biscuit.
Oh, I did not know that. How about that? Cheers to you.
Calling biscuit is
You
here,
didn't
by
make
the way.
fun of my large pour this time.
I guess I need it. Okay, so that one has a soft front end. A little bit heavier as it goes down. A little bit of a hug, not much.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, I still taste it all over. I still taste it. It's hanging in. Ooh, it's a late hug. I'm getting a late
Late
hug.
hug, and it'll stay with
Late
you a little
hug.
bit.
I like that.
These
do
are-
like 'em.
These are outstanding.
Very good.
For
very
120
good.
proof.
I taste a little vanilla. Mm-hmm. Vanilla, I want to say. That's
Yeah,
good.
it's not fruity at all. It's just kind of sweet and vanilla. Is what I'm getting on that. And
The
for
nose
me,
is kind of like a little leathery, is what I smell.
120 proof, it does not drink like 120
No, it
proof.
does
This
not.
tastes like 105, 110
No,
to
it
me.
does not. It's very good.
I don't love the nose, honestly. I smell like a campfire, which ought to get you excited.
I love a campfire.
Courtney loves campfires.
I love a campfire.
I smell campfire on that.
I love a campfire. I think it's just the nostalgia of a campfire is all the fun things I used to do when I was a kid that involved fire.
What did you do at a campfire? That was fun.
Oh, we drank. We sat around on other pieces of wood and sat around the bonfire and chilled and hung out, and somebody would have a tape player or a boom box.
Boombox.
But you had to have all those D batteries in your boom box.
Oh my God. That thing weighed like 30
Yeah,
pounds.
and we'd listen to that out on a farm or somebody's really big backyard. Just good times.
Good times.
Good times. You come home and your hair, every girl knows this, your hair would smell like the campfire, so that's probably why I had the
Smell of campfire.
It would. It would just
I
be
know.
on your long hair. It would smell that way. Delicious.
All right, so this is a satisfying pour here.
Yeah, it is. It definitely lingers.
Boy, it
so
does.
like you don't have to keep.
Well, you can.
I mean, of course you can, but
No judgment.
it's okay if you were to let it sit for a minute and come back to it.
Man, that was still lingering from the last pour
Mm-hmm.
I had. And that was like a minute, or 2 minutes. I don't know.
That's really good.
Toolman, what's up, bro? He says distilled in Indiana and aged in Mississippi is interesting. They love it. They think that's a cool way to have it age in the barrel, that it gives it something else.
Well,
or something
also they
special.
don't have to worry about paying any barrel taxes.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
you were telling me about that.
Yes, the barrel taxes in Kentucky have gone through the roof in the last 3 years.
Wow.
And it's just they just passed a law where they're going to be slowly repealing it over 20 years, something like that, aging it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they can't raise it anymore?
You can't raise it anymore.
Because it's getting so
Yes.
high that they think the distilleries might consider.
Yeah, just starting to build across the river in Indiana or someplace else where they don't have to, because Kentucky is the only state where you have to pay a barrel tax on every barrel that is aging, every bourbon barrel that is aging. And right now they have every person in the state of Kentucky, every citizen of the state of Kentucky can have 3 of their own barrels for the amount that's aging.
Right, they don't get them.
They don't get
could
them.
in
I'm
theory.
saying everybody could have 3.
Yes.
That's how many they have.
And
crazy.
every day. There's
Every
more,
day.
and
Every day.
I know that Buffalo Trace there in Frankfurt and then outside of Frankfurt where they have their auxiliary
Warehouses.
rick houses, they're building them as fast as they can, usually 3 or 4 a year.
It's crazy.
So, I mean, at some point, guys, this thing's going to bust.
Right.
AU Taxman and I have talked about this several times.
Yes.
I mean, at some point, there's going to be so many barrels of bourbon that it's going to outpace the demand. And at that point, I guess we're going to start getting our Weller back.
Right.
Yeah. And it's going to remind me of show and tell later because we came across some bottles that were, well, actually, Major Zero came across some bottles that were
Yes,
so
he did.
insane.
That's crazy. Stuff that I don't understand why anybody would pay for that.
Yeah. For $1,000 a bottle, man.
$1,000 a bottle should be like something that you find that nobody else can find. Mm-hmm. Like it was found in grandma's closet from 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
There he is, Brad E. himself, one of the Madison Mafia. Says bourbon makes me happy.
It makes me happy too.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's right.
Glad to have Brad E. on the show with us tonight. And we're drinking the Old Soul, Brad. Right now we're having the single barrel Old Soul pick from the Bottle Shop in Columbus, Georgia. One of the great...
That is a great liquor store. It's a really great liquor store. I always feel good when I go in there. I don't know if that's something I should worry about, but it always makes me feel good when I go in there.
They have a lot of bourbon there. Everybody there is knowledgeable.
It's very clean and it's very well organized. And I think I already told you this. A woman has to be in charge of the displays because they're very, I'd say, articulate for a display and very well placed. I'm saying it's a female that's in charge of that.
AU256, that's a great question. What's the most you'd pay for a bottle?
Well, probably my Christmas present, huh?
Yeah, your Christmas present was...
was I'm sure you can't disclose it because it was a gift, but I know that it was very pricey.
Yeah, it was probably in the neighborhood of $500.
That Willet Purple Top is really freaking good.
Yeah, that
really,
was an
good.
extra aged one. I think the most the most expensive bottles that we co-own with Becky and Cuz from across the street. So we got a bottle of White Weller that probably when we opened it was worth $700, something like that, which we split. And God, was there anything else that we got that's like crazy expensive?
Well, we have birthday bourbon, but we didn't pay crazy expensive for it.
Oh yeah, we paid retail for that.
Yeah.
But birthday bourbon sometimes can get up into the $600, $700, $800 range.
We were gifted some
Oh yeah, old Rip 10.
Rip 10.
Which
That was an amazing gift.
Secondary is probably $600 or $700 on that, something like that. So yeah, AU256, bro. I mean, come on, it's my girl. I've known her 30. Oh my gosh, we're almost there, aren't we? Yeah. On March 4th, it'll be
32 years.
32 years.
Yeah,
wow, how about that?
What?
Ravin says
that is crazy.
Willet Purple Top down here is on the shelf for $9.99. Now there's 2 different ones. They have the black. Yeah, they have this one, which is actually is actually Purple Top, but it's the weeded. It's got the black bottle. That clear bottle, the Family Estate Purple, is the one that's probably what he's talking about.
Yeah,
and I think
that's
retail
crazy.
on this weeded I think is $300 or something like that. Let's see. Brandon H says I paid way too much for Lot B in December, but shared it with good friends, so it was worth it. That is the key, man.
What's Lot B? I don't know what that means.
It's a type of Willet, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And then Tim the Toolman says, just like that, I feel like a cheap bastard.
You don't need to feel like a cheap bastard because there are plenty of really good bourbons that are $80 and below. And
absolutely.
Some of those secondary prices are nuts.
Cuz said straight from the barrel, Bland's, which I think we co-own with them.
Yep.
I don't know what we paid for that.
I
don't remember
either.
honestly. I think it was like
remember that
500 total.
I don't remember.
250 each, maybe. I
I
don't
remember when we were getting it, it was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna spend that much money.
Well, that is a really good bottle.
I know,
tasty.
but at the time.
At the time. Actually, the Toolman has a great point here. Jokes aside, bourbons that are expensive like that, what are you getting besides a badass bottle? And the answer is, a lot of times you're disappointed.
True.
Oh, okay.
I agree with you.
AU Taxman says Lot B is a Pappy Van Winkle 12.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So it's the one with the kind of the very straightforward type on it.
Gotcha.
Lots of white space on the bottle, which I like as a former newspaper designer. You're right. Listen, man, if you don't taste the bottle first, it's a mistake to spend a lot of money on bourbon.
It just is.
Because
I mean, just like we were just talking about it was our last show, wasn't it? Or the show before that. This is an amazing get right here. This is something that you can have any day of the week from any store. Your Old Grandad 114. This is delicious, and it's like 35.
Yeah.
$35. Mm-hmm. Yeah, really
widely
good.
available.
Really good. I had a little bit before we started today, actually.
Let's see. Taxman says, will at Purple Tops run about $100 per year, meaning however many years they are. So $600 for the 6 year, and I think you got I think that one was an 8 year, or maybe it was a 10 year. Wow. I can't remember what it was. Raven says it's Bourbon Night, which we love those folks.
Oh, I like that show.
They have a great
They're
channel.
Good.
I think they found one here for $300, but there are a lot of regional dependent prices. That's true. AU256, who's still kind of new to the bourbon game, but it looks like he's playing it smart.
There you go.
Says he's been on Russell's 10 lately for less than $50, and it's excellent. It is really good. That's the thing that I keep... Oh, I need to probably put this on here. We keep telling people, like, there are inexpensive bourbons that are really, really good that you find everywhere. And Russell's 10 would certainly fit the bill on that, no doubt about it. Back onto the Old Soul tip, Courtney. We have enjoyed that single barrel. Now it's probably time to hit that Tintype.
You ready?
This is a 7 year.
Okay.
You can tell that's a little darker.
It's a little darker. It has a unique label on the front.
Yeah, it does. I think the Series 2 has a different, blues musician on there.
Yes, it does. So this musician, of course I don't have my glasses on, so I can't read who it is.
That's Captain Luke Meyer.
Of course. But yes.
And my memories of the Tintype is that it's a little rough.
Well, we'll find out pretty soon.
Oh, I like that nose better. I still smell I still smell campfire, but it's like more of a pleasing campfire.
A campfire is always pleasing.
For you, it is.
Why is it not for you?
I don't know. I didn't grow up like you did. I didn't grow up.
Oh my goodness!
I didn't grow up out in the sticks like you did.
Sticks.
All the way out in Prospect, Kentucky.
Oh, has a better nose.
Oh, that's not rough. Why the hell did I remember that being rough? That's as soft as a baby's ass right there. Wow, that's even softer than the stuff we had before. I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just very refined. But I think that the hug is muted on it. It's hard to believe those are related, honestly.
I
still get that vanilla, though. I don't get
any
any
fruit.
fruit.
Like a little hot, like a late hot.
I don't get any fruit, though.
I got late hot.
I get like burnt sugar, like satisfying, and vanilla is when I get on that.
I'll have to have another.
And I think it smells like campfire. I mean, it's not the worst nose I've ever had, but whatever. There he is, D. Lucky, one of the Madison Mafia. He says, Mad City in the house. AU 256 also representing.
It tastes earthy to me at first.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't usually like earthy.
I get earthy.
Tim the Toolman Taylor telling 256 going to see if I can find that in Tennessee or North Carolina. Talking about that Russell's 10. I hope that you're able to find that, brother. That should be a pretty ubiquitous bottle. Readily available and a fine wild turkey product. Named after Jimmy Russell. Their longtime master distiller over there. And his son Eddie Russell, who is now in charge. Jimmy apparently just hangs out over there in the gift shop. I saw the chair where he was sitting normally. He wasn't there when I showed up, but
Well, I think that's awesome. I'd love to meet a legend
he looks like the
that.
kind of guy that I'd want to hang out with. He's got a big belly. You can see like when you see pictures of him, his fucking junks and like he's got like a big old fucking salami in his junk, in his pants, and he's just talking shit about bourbon, you know.
Well, I mean, that's been his whole life, so yeah. I think it would be amazing and you know he's sitting in that gift shop just to do that. That's his whole point of it.
To let his junk hang? Yeah, I got you. Revenge says it has the nose of a campfire burning fresh cut birch wood.
I thought he said, bitch wood.
That's what your eyes tell you. Mm-hmm.
Hitting a little close to home there, huh?
Now I'm going to be honest. I like Old Soul, and this is a good bourbon. I would not want to pay $120, $130 for that.
That's 130. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Tintype 2 is like 160. That's a lot.
That's a lot, man. I think when you get up above 100, you better be doing something special because people can get Eagle Rare on secondary for 55, and that's what you got to beat, you know? Mm-hmm. Bland's on secondary for maybe 70. I don't know. Taxman says he met Jimmy and got him to sign a bottle last summer. I think I remember you sending me that picture, bro. Yeah.
I'm a little jealous.
Yeah, I know. We showed up, and ain't nobody there except the dickheads that run the gift shop or whatever.
Well, the gift shop, they're building a new guest center or whatever you call it, welcome center.
Yeah, they are.
And so it was like the gift shop in like an old cabin.
Yeah, while they build their new center. Mm-hmm. And everybody seems like they're building, except for Heaven Hill. They're done.
Heaven Hills is very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Their tasting room was very cool too.
Major Zero was there yesterday, I believe.
Oh, really?
Was there to do the craft your own bourbon that I wanted to do. We all wanted to do.
Oh, yeah.
They run out of space really quick there.
I imagine.
But he had a picture of that cool truck they have in front, the old school. Yeah. Heaven Hill's got a really nice visitor center. Mm-hmm. Like absolutely state of the art. Well, Bardstown Bourbon Company is probably state of the art, but.
No, they both are.
Heaven Hill's brand new. Mm-hmm. And
it's very nice.
Four Roses is building a new one, I think. And Wild Turkey absolutely is. So everybody's kind of getting in the swing of things with the gift centers, or the visitor centers, I should say.
Well, considering the bourbon industry brings $9 billion a year to the state of Kentucky, they're going to definitely invest in making their visitor centers nice and having a great gift shop with lots of things in it to purchase.
$9 million's not that much, really.
Billion.
Oh.
Billion.
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 Okay, word.
Yeah.
So the Old Soul, satisfying. I enjoy it.
It's very good, but like I said, it does not. This isn't. It doesn't linger at all. It is, like I said, it's kind of.
What's
I
the
feel like.
proof on this bitch?
I think it's 120, isn't it?
119.2, yeah, and then our single barrel was 120. So
they're very similar.
You better be ready.
But this gonna get you. It's gonna get you lit quick.
Better have your BioLite.
Ballers hydrate. Ballers hydrate.
Ballers definitely hydrate. It's good for you. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Brandon H says we enjoyed Wilderness Trails Visitor Center. We don't go to Wilderness Trail because that's in a wicked part of the state for us. That's in Danville, Kentucky, home of Center College.
It is not wicked.
Which is Transylvania University's arch rival. I saw you play there a few times.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah?
I don't remember us actually visiting Danville together because we didn't actually visit Danville together. I was playing hockey and you came to visit there.
Cheering on the hockey team, yes. Mm-hmm. And I remember you got busted because in the same game you got turnover because you got your, was it 18-yard hits?
They're called 16-yard hits.
16-yard hits, and you elevated 2 in a row.
And?
Well, it was a fucking turnover, and I was like, Courtney.
Well, that's when you hope that the ref's looking the other way, and you just lift the ball a little bit so get him in the kneecap.
Anyway. Brandon H says, of course, Old Taylor is the GOAT. Old Taylor.
Old Taylor.
He's talking about Castle and Key.
Oh.
It's the Old Taylor Distillery.
It's a nice place to visit.
Yeah, I heard the stories about it, and I was like, yeah, you know, I'm sure it's nice, and it was
very
breathtaking.
Pretty. Very pretty.
That's the prettiest one we've been to, right? Well, it's the most rustic. Bardstown Bourbon Company, for people who are into big video boards like me, that's the one.
But Maker's Mark is like really cool too, even though it is a huge distillery, but it is not, it does not appear as though it's a huge distillery when you're on the tour.
Yeah, it seems almost rustic in a way.
because it's just like little houses dotted on a farm.
That's a legit campus. I mean,
it is.
yeah.
It's really nice, and it's true bluegrass that's out there.
Hey,
It's
remember
so
when we
nice
were
and
leaving
soft.
our trip there to get on our bus,
Mm-hmm.
and we passed by another bus?
The girl bus?
Yeah, it was called like Bitches Be Here, or so. It had some
was
crazy name like that.
It was something about like
The Ho Snatcha or something like that.
it was something similar to that. I cannot remember what it was.
I was
but
like, bro, who you got on this bus? And he goes, we got a bunch of girls. And I was like, with the name Bitch Snatcher or whatever? I don't remember what it was.
It was supposed to be obviously for your bachelorette parties,
Yeah.
your girls' weekends, getting wild and crazy together.
I can't believe that they would have a girls' weekend at a distillery. Like,
Oh.
that sounds weird to me. I don't.
What? Oh, is it only for boys?
No, I'm just saying.
Is that what you're saying?
I feel like girls would do something different, like go run or something.
Jay's not this girl.
Well, I mean,
Not unless
Emily,
I'm
our
being
friend
chased.
Emily, when she goes on the Bourbon Trail, she's running. You know, that's what girls, purses and running.
Oh, shit, I'm out of luck.
Oh, you don't have any purses?
I have a couple
I'm
purses.
sorry. You don't have any handbags?
I have some purses.
Let's see. Okay, first of all, Cuz says, I like Detling, just haven't had much of it. Yeah, I had 2 bottles of Detling, I think. That's one of the true Alabama ones. They're from Atmore, I believe.
I love their bottle, though. Their bottle's really cool.
It's just a good looking bottle. They're dark brown. I just know it has a dark brown top. It's freaking amazing.
It's got the wax on it, just like Maker's Mark.
Wax on, wax off. Daniel-san. Brandon 8 says, Bardstown is super cool, but they are proud of their bourbon in that gift shop.
Oh, yes, they are.
Yeah, it's just a different aesthetic there. Interestingly, our friend Bridge did some reconnaissance work there when we were there last time and found out that the benefactor of that place is from Miami. Like the guy who put the most amount of money in.
Yes. That's one thing I love about my friend Bridget. She can find out anything.
She would be a great reporter.
She would be a great reporter. She'd be a great CIA agent as long as she could tell everybody what she found out.
Yeah. She'd be a good, like...
She is great reconnaissance.
She needs to work... She's like a Scottie Pippen. She needs to be playing with a Jordan.
Okay.
But she'd be a great Scottie Pippen. Yes, indeed. Bardstown, yeah. Very pretty in a Auburn video board kind of way. And it's not surprising that they're benefactors from Miami. It just reeks of new money.
New money.
I guess.
But they don't deny it either.
No,
they don't deny it. They say we basically came up here and wanted to open up a distillery. So here we did.
Buck says, Detling 6-year drinks like a 12-year bourbon due to the heat. Crazy color too. It is so dark. But since it's straight bourbon, they can't put any coloring in it, so that's just the color. You know, interestingly,
Well, that makes
Buck,
sense in Alabama.
Yeah, the tintype is so dark, and it's down here in the south, and it just kind of really brings
The
that
heat
out.
and the humidity, those barrels.
It's interesting. I wouldn't necessarily say, I don't know. I like the Old Soul. It's just that's a little too much, I think, for that bottle.
But you would probably think that in the heat and humidity down here, that it would age a lot faster, because we don't really get anything cold down here, and that's when it goes back into the barrel, and then it comes back out when it warms up. That's when it pulls out more flavor. So you would think it would take longer. You would get more color quickly, but it would take longer for taste. I don't know.
You get a lot of shrinkage in the cold weather. I know that.
Yeah, that's true.
We learned about that from the guy at the Bass Pro Shops when he jumped in the water and he had no peen. Was that like a CGI thing where they photoshopped it out or something?
No, it wasn't. I don't think that there was much there.
I feel like he got stuck in his little forest there.
I think it just
First of all,
crawled back up.
Why is he not cropping? And second of all, like, where did his dick go? It's crazy.
Well, he already ran his car into a pole before.
He's never going to live that down. He's never going to live that down.
I hope he's getting the help he needs, because there was something wrong there. So
I think he just got too many gummies.
no, I don't. That would calm you down. He didn't
Depends
have
on
too
the
many
gummy.
gummies. He didn't have too many gummies.
No, it depends on the gummy.
No, he didn't have too many gummies.
I eat more gummies than you do.
He didn't have,
Before we get, so that's Old Soul, satisfying and good. Mm-hmm. Brother, I like the Old Soul too, brother. We want to touch that James E. Pepper too.
we do? Hold on.
I do. Otag says he's a grower, not a shower. That is the story he's telling. I don't know if that's the actual truth. We're going to take a slug off this James E. Pepper that Snortney got a hold of.
I bought it. Well, first of all, it has a mighty fine plug on it.
Plug?
Hang on, wait a minute. This is a good one. Hold on. That was a good one. So it's got a really fat plug on it.
Do you like the lot Lost in the Forest? Yeah, he had this big old like bush.
And the major reason that I bought this, or I was interested in buying this,
I know why.
Was because of the appearance.
I know, you think it looks like a 70s decanter.
I think it looks like a 70s decanter. It also looks like something that you can easily fit on your bar. I know, I don't always do this, y'all. It sounds very girly. But it also is from Lexington, and that's where we met. So, yes, that's another reason.
We didn't even know there was a distillery in Lexington.
No,
honestly.
we didn't.
And we were there. We lived there for a while.
I think this is actually between like Lexington and Versailles.
No, I don't think it is.
Not Versailles.
They claim Louisville or Lexington. They literally say Lexington. It doesn't say Versailles.
I said I think it's between Lexington and Versailles.
Well, then it would be Versailles, right?
No.
There's no middle ground. It's one or the other.
So would you say that Keeneland is in Versailles or in Lexington?
It's getting close to Versailles.
It's in Lexington. It's across from the Lexington airport.
That is true.
So, anyway.
Okay. But if you got much further out than that, I'd say it's in Versailles.
You're not going into
like
bad county.
Dough Daddy's is definitely Versailles, right?
Yeah.
Keeneland to Dough Daddy's is like a mile. What about the castle? Castle's in Versailles.
Okay. Anyway, moving right along.
All right, here we go. This is stuff that me and Court talk about all the time.
Argue about. These are our big arguments.
These are the big arguments that Courtney and I have. By the way, Revenge says our grower not shower was on angel dust.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What is that? What is angel dust?
I believe that's PCP.
I don't even know what that is.
You know, anytime I hear the word PCP, I think of grits and gravy from the World Series of Dice on Chappelle's show. He says, grits and gravy, Kansas City, Missouri. You remember that one?
Yes, I do remember it.
Spin it on. PCP.
I don't even know what angel dust is.
It's just some shit that you don't want to mess with.
Yeah, I'm not going to mess
the
with
James
it.
E. Pepper that Courtney snatched off the rack because she liked the decanter. Distilled and aged in Lexington, Kentucky. A blend of 4 and 5 year juice. Barrel proof. This particular expression is barrel proof at 106.8. This is batch 0012. I'm sure there's going to be probably at least 1,000 of these at some point. Retails at 65. I think that's what we bought it at. And Courtney was satisfied and good with the decanter.
No, and I was very pleasantly surprised when we tried it. It's I feel like it's fruity.
Oh, okay.
I do feel fruity. I feel cherry-ish.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I think it's much better than I was anticipating. Now, they do have a different kind of James E. Pepper. It's in a different bottle.
Yeah,
it's
they
like
do.
a wine bottle. And it is a different type. It's not just, it isn't just in this decanter. So I like this.
Yeah, this is nice.
I thought it was very good.
Now, this does have a little bit of fruit on it. It's also kind of thick.
Yeah.
Kind of coat your tongue, you know what I'm saying?
I like this.
I like that one.
Ooh, very long legs on it.
A little different than what we just
Very
had,
long
though.
legs.
Different
Yeah.
than the Old Soul.
It's definitely, like you said, thicker. It's going to hang on. The other one I would say is a little, well, of course it's going to be hotter, but it's not that much hotter than this. I mean, 106 is nothing to frown on.
I mean, that's about normal these days, I guess.
Says angel dust is what Smokey's weed was laced with when he ended up in Debo's chicken coop. What a great movie.
Courtney loves Friday. I'm disappointed that when we were out in Los Angeles last summer, we didn't go to the Friday house.
No, we did not.
They
we didn't
make it a thing.
there.
It's like the people who own there encourage you to come take pictures.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
That's good shit, man. Let's see. Matt says, I didn't know you like to get wet. Revenge says, Jay is right. Angel dust equals PCP. It's a wild hallucinogenic drug.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard of PCP, but I hadn't heard of angel dust. But
I spent
I'm not very interested in learning about it.
I spent 6 weeks as an intern in the Tulsa Police Department in 1990. And for a portion of that, I worked in the property room, which is mostly just grabbing shit for people that were in litigative cases, criminal cases.
Okay.
But there were some big ass drums of shit in there, like literally 55-gallon drums. And I go, what the fuck's in there? And they go, PCP.
Oh, shit.
Shit, I mean, a 55-gallon drum? Sheesh, that would have been enough for the state of Oklahoma.
Damn.
Get everybody high 3 times.
No,
Yeah, I probably should have just drank it and see what happened. I don't know. Just an idea. We got a little... who else picked up on the Chappelle Show reference there with grits and gravy? I don't know. Spent the rest of it on PCP. It was a good one, Courtney.
Pleasantly surprised.
You picked out a good one on that one. That's
Pleasantly
got a
surprised.
little fruit on that one. Very thick mouth feel, as the kids say. Long ass legs on that bad boy. This looks like
Yeah.
Paulina Porniskova on that bad boy. Long legs. Yeah, if you guys could get a hold of this James E. Pepper, I would do that. At $65, that's pretty damn good.
It's good, and it's a pretty one to sit out. It's not another wine bottle looking one.
I noticed that the one that we have was the 106.8 proof. A lot of the people that were reviewing these on the internet recently, in the last 6 months, they had a different one. It had a different proof on it, yeah.
Oh,
so
interesting.
maybe we just got a new batch or something like that.
I don't know.
I mean, number 12, whatever.
But I'm sure that this bottle is very pricey for them to put it in.
Oh, you're talking about the manufacturing
Yeah.
and stuff, yeah.
They probably get it from another country and do
Matt N says, is Wayne Brady going to have to choke a bitch? Hose, Dave, hose. Yeah, I remember, bro. Tim the Toolman Taylor says 55-gallon drum of PCP is nuts. Dude, they didn't have one either. They had like 3 or 4.
That's crazy.
They had gotten that in a raid, I guess.
I guess so. God bless.
I got really...
That's nuts.
So like in high school, I didn't drink at all. I was kind of like anti-alcohol.
nerd.
I hung out with people that drank and I didn't care, but I wasn't going to drink. I thought it was bad for me. So when I went to the property room and I was around all those drugs... And I want to be fair. The property was this big-ass warehouse, and the drug part was just one little area. But I had to go in there several times. And I got supervised. There's a certain smell of all that shit.
I'm sure there
And
was
it
a whole
really
bunch
just
of
turned me
chemicals.
off, man. Yeah, it smelled like chemicals in there. They had just like, bags and bushels of weed and shit. And that smell, man, I can't ever get rid of it. It smells like formaldehyde or something. Like, fuck, dude. I did not like that shit at all. I worked there. I spent a week with the detective, and then I spent a week and a half in 911.
Was this before or after your interest with the police department when they came and knocked on your door?
Oh, come on, man. Why you got to bring this shit up? It was damn near concurrent. I guess I would have known that officer, right?
Raven is correct. I do like a shape to the bottles. And
Yeah.
I think it's just, again, a little nostalgic that it just reminds me of something that will be sitting on grandma's table, like for the guests to come over. That we talked about the I.W. Harper last week. We talked about that last week.
Yeah.
But these are just very pretty ones. And then you can have your other bottles in the background. But I just think that those they're nice to look at. It reminds me of old school liquor. Like they used to always put it in a decanter. And we don't do that at our house. I know some people do. We discussed that as well.
We have a decanter.
Correct. But these look like decanters.
Tim says, random drug talk? Intermittent Dave Chappelle sketch references? I know I'm in the right place. Yeah, we go all over the place, man.
A little sporadic.
We just meander wherever. When I was at 911, they got an all hands on deck call, which is
That doesn't sound good.
No, it's bad. It's when a cop is like getting in a shootout in his car. He's got a
button at the bottom.
a button under the steering wheel, and it means like shit's going down.
That means everybody reports.
So we're at 911, and that goes off at Riverside, and everybody clears out, clear the channel, and they go out, and it was somebody that was cleaning a car.
Oh, shit. Wow. They all roll up on it, and this guy's like, what? I don't do anything.
They were just cleaning the car and accidentally hit that little switch. Ooh. And all of Tulsa was on lockdown for like 3 or 4 minutes, so we were trying to figure out what the hell was going on there. U256 says, love some Chappelle show. Attaboy. Amazing that show is almost 20 years old now.
Is it really?
Yes, and 2 seasons. And it's like forever part of pop culture. It was that good.
He was really good on that show.
Well, now
really
Neil,
good on
Neil
that
was
show.
really good too.
Correct.
I've got
They
a
both
thing
were.
about Neil and Dave.
Correct.
They were co-partners in that whole deal.
Yes.
And they still to this day won't talk about who wrote each sketch because they knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
They
Probably
knew
not
they would be
good.
like, the white dude doesn't know how to write a sketch about.
Oh, is this like the
Blank,
Saturday
blank,
Night
blank.
Live end of year?
Yeah.
skits?
Yes. And Michael Che
Michael J. Yeah. And,
switch with Colin Jost, and
yeah.
they have to write jokes for each
Throw
other.
jokes for each other.
It's really
That
funny.
is really funny. It is so inappropriate. It's funny.
Cuz says it would never be made today. Yeah, you're probably
right. Yeah.
Shit, it was close to not getting made at the time. And ultimately, they broke Dave and Neil up.
I saw something on, I get all my news from the TikTok. So I saw on the TikTok where there was a deleted, I'm teasing you, there was a deleted scene from Forrest Gump where there are dogs that are running up on protesters that are walking from Selma to Montgomery.
Oh.
And the dogs run up, and of course Forrest intervenes and grabs a stick and throws it so the dogs run away. But they deemed it that it was not appropriate to add to the film, which...
Just hearing it in my ears the first time,
agree.
That's probably not something I'd want to get involved with too much.
Very much so. But it was interesting. I'd not seen that before.
Colleen is here now. Sorry, we lost track of what day it is. That happens, Colleen.
I get that.
Colleen and her outstanding husband, Joshua, who we met in Mexico.
We're getting ready to go on vacation, so we will definitely lose track of what day it is.
Yeah, we're going to be
Especially with brown water.
We're going to be down in the state of Florida.
Yes, we are.
And my goal is to do a show for the Brain Drain on Saturday.
We will see how this goes.
For the Florida Gators game. But I'm having to go on the road and bring
His
my...
backdrop is going to be like...
a wall.
A wall in the rental that we're in.
There's no doubt. Okay, so this James E. Pepper.
I would purchase this again. Regardless of the bottle, I would purchase this brown water again.
That's a good one.
It is very good.
And at the price, I don't think you can go wrong. $65, and that's like
It's a twofer.
There were only a couple left when you snatched that one, so I guess people are kind of onto it. I saw in Major Zero's, what do you call that? Discord. People were talking about that and big fans of that. So when they find it, they snatch it. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so we've had some good bourbon today.
Yes, we have. Delicious.
Let's see what else. Tim says they definitely could make Chappelle Show today. My man Brandon H. says Bill Burr was a writer on there. Bill Burr was definitely an actor on there because he was on the World Series of Dice and others. He was also on the racial draft, I believe. He was like, remember that one? The racial draft would never go down there.
No.
There's no way.
No.
Clayton Bigsby would never go down today.
No, Clayton Bigsby. Neither would the Milkman sketch.
Oh my gosh,
Milkman
no.
sketch
The
would not
Milkman
go down.
sketch would 100% not go, no. Let's see. Matt says, I've never heard of the Chappelle Show. But I do know that Dylan is all 5 of the top 5 rappers of all time. Oh, man. Even my daughter knows about Chappelle Show. I mean, we raised...
she was forced to watch it.
Yeah, she was. She finds that stuff funny.
It is funny. It was very funny.
Well,
it was great.
Yeah. Now he's talking about the player haters ball. You now, if you excuse me, I got to go put some water in Buck Nasty's mama's dish. I use some of those. Hey man, AU256. I don't know if you watch the game shows with me, but for football season, but I do Silky Johnson quotes from there, and he goes, Well, the most diabolical haters this side of the Mississippi. All right. We got real work to do here, Courtney. So the next thing we got to do is our haul video.
Yes.
Which we put off last week because I think we were too
lit.
Let me rephrase. I was probably too lit.
No, we were doing all the tasting. That was when you said, I thought we were only going to do a couple, and I said we're doing them all.
OTAG says, welcome to Pop Copy. Why? Because fucking that's why. That's what they say on there, Pop Copy. Raven asked if Maddie's adulting tonight. Maddie was adulting today. I know that.
Today, yeah. She's probably asleep from her adulting, her 13-hour adulting today.
She's got 13-hour shifts on Thursday, so she may just wrap it up.
Yeah, she said, I was going home, and that's the last I heard from her. So she probably night time.
All right, so do you want to do the haul video here, Courtney?
Sure.
All right, let me get it queued up here, and then we'll just, because me and Courtney break these out as a separate video. Mm-hmm. So that way I can just pull this right off the
interwebs.
Tape, and we can make it a separate thing. So we're gonna do our haul video now. You guys ready?
We're ready, Jim.
All right, time for another haul video. This time from the Bottle Shop in Columbus, GA. One of our favorite places to go for bottles. Don't you like it?
It's an excellent store. Really enjoy it.
There's so much to go through here, and I slowed down our video a little bit. Major Zero, our friend, our new friend, loves to do these haul videos. He's doing a haul video every single day of the month. But we thought we would do one too, just because we're learning.
We are learning, and we enjoy doing it and going and scoping out what's available.
Hell yeah, this is a lot of fun. We start off here. The Mattingly right there is $100. We thought about getting it. That's the Blue Label OOG.
Yes.
Just haven't gotten it yet, but yeah. Angel's Envy, the regular, we don't.
I'm not an Angel's Envy fan. I wish I was, because I should like it being finished in port barrel. Like, I should really enjoy that. But
I know. And Louisville?
It just doesn't ring my bell. I don't know why.
Blade Bows are great for us at $50. I think that's a great.
I love Blade Bow.
Everyday drink.
Everyday drink. It's great.
Remus Special Repeal Reserve. Our friend Chris absolutely loves this bourbon, and every time I have a chance to drink on that bad boy, we love doing that.
It is good.
As the video here, I think I slowed it down a little too much this time, but as we stop, we can read the prices. $70 for a rare breed barrel strength. I'll take it all day long. Nashville Barrel's doing some really good stuff out there. Our friend Dob the Bomb has a big collection of Nashville Barrel stuff, and it was tasty.
Maybe that's where we need to taste it, because I have not had that yet.
I would like to get my mouth on some of those Nashville Barrel stuff.
Well, we can do that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I know he would be cool with that.
Looky there. There's your
There's
regular
the Old
Soul
Soul right there.
That is your basic Old Soul.
There's your Four Roses stuff. 62 for the small batch select. Not too shabby, I would say. And yeah, various collections.
If I'm going to pick from one of those three, I'm definitely going to go for the single barrel.
Single barrel for sure, yeah. That would be my choice as well. Yep. What else we got here? Some, I don't even know what those ones over on the right are.
I'm not sure either. I don't even know what's in that green.
Breckenridge, some stuff from Colorado. Looks like they got some store picks there as well. Frey Ranch is one I'm not super familiar with. The Laws, we had a friend hook us up with some Laws in a smaller thing, and that was tasty. So I would be interested in diving into that. Courtney only let me get like 3 bottles from this trip. So.
Yeah, he had to tamper it down.
Yeah, I really did slow this down too much, didn't I? Well, we can talk a little bit.
That's
the Breckenridge colors are great, though.
I do like it. Uh-oh, you're getting into some stuff I do not care for.
Uh-oh, we're starting to head down toward that.
Oh, Lord.
Toward that, this is the other stuff from the Willett Distillery here, the Rowans Creek, the Noah's Mill, the Old Bardstown.
Okay, let's rank this right here.
Good
If you had, there's 5 of them, and if you had to do 1 through 5, and 1 is your best and 5 is your worst.
Oh my God, there's no 5s here.
So
I promise you that. Oh, we got to actually rank these.
Yes, I'm going to make you rank them right now. So I'm going with, well, I know what's 5 is my worst.
Yeah,
Number 5 would be Rounds Creek.
How horrible.
Noah's Mills, that would be my 4. Kentucky Vintage is not bad for what it is.
Yeah, Pure Kentucky, which is the next one over, the blue. That's pretty
I would
good.
take Pure Kentucky, but that's over on the other side. But yeah, I would definitely forget about the Noah's Mill and the Rounds Creek, and the other 3 are probably about the same for me.
That the Old Bardstown is kind of like taller. That's better than the shorter one.
But the best Old Bardstown is which one, Jay? You cannot get it in Georgia. You can only get it in Kentucky.
Is it the Bottle and Bond?
It's a Bottle and Bond. You can only get it in Kentucky.
Look at that. Somebody's come in there and snagged all the Willett pot stills at $49 or $50 a bottle.
That is a beautiful bottle to have on your
bar. It is.
I'm not so sure it's the best tasting, but it is good to have.
There it is, Courtney. There's your James E. Pepper at $62. That's a hell of a deal. We were drinking this earlier on the show, and it's tasty.
Now, I've been to the Fiddler Distillery.
I know.
And
that's in Atlanta.
It was fine. It was fine. I didn't come home begging for any more Fiddler, but it was fine. See, there's the The old pepper we were talking about.
The regular
that's
old
in the
pepper,
bottle.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's you got some pinhooks coming up, some Castle and Key. I am a fan of the Castle and Key. Just they're straight up weeded.
Mm-hmm.
At $50, I think it's a fair price for that particular bourbon. For me, that's a weekday drinker if I'm going to drink on a weekday.
That's a nice bottle as well. I will say, do not get that pinhook. Okay, only buy pinhook if it has an age statement on it.
That has been our experience.
Yes,
Yeah.
that pink and orange pinhook. That's good if you're gonna make a cocktail with something that's very strong and you don't need to taste.
Yeah, I mean the prices. I mean you look
Not
at
a fan.
37, you're thinking, oh, not too bad, but I don't know,
Not a fan.
man. We got some people in the chat saying the Fiddler's new toasted rye is good. Brandon H thinks
might
the
be.
ASW stuff is really good. So that's some stuff that maybe I missed out on. Here we go on another level here.
These are things I'm not familiar with.
This is some other James E. Pepper stuff. The 1776, the Redwood Empire from California.
That's been making a statement lately.
Yeah, for sure. Johnny, our friend Johnny, got us some of the white label there, which was solid. I would love to try some of their other stuff. It's just, I only got 3 bottles to buy here, so that was all I was able to get. The Filibuster, we have not had an opportunity to drink that yet. Oh, I'm still stuck on the Redwood Empire here. Slowed it down just a little too much on this one, but yeah. Garrison Brothers, one of the great bourbons from Texas. Man, look at the prices on these
Those
bad boys.
those are some prices. That one on the right's $200.
$200 for a store pick on the Garrison Brothers. I just don't know if I would trust
I don't think I could do
a
it.
Texas one like that. We have the Honey Barrel, which is the yellow top one that we got gifted to us, and we still haven't opened that bad boy yet. There's the barrel stuff, which I really, really like. Honestly, if you don't know what you're doing and you just roll into a store and you don't know what to get, you got a couple extra dollars. If you get something from Barrel, you're probably going to get a quality product. That's just been our experience. That one on the right, the orange one, is the Ambarana of their, I guess, the special barrel project or whatever. We really like that one. I thought that was sweeter than average. Their black label is just their regular barrel, and that's really good. The Dovetail and the Seagrass and the... what is that last orange one down there? I forget what it's called.
These are very good, but they're pricey. I mean, if you're going to cough out $80, that's a significant amount. Like, you got to know what you're going to get at $80, in my opinion.
No, I know. So. And there's the New Year's right there, that kind of lighter white label, and the Foundation, which me and Cuz, I can't remember if Cuz bought one of those. But we wanted to taste that Foundation. That was one that I really seriously thought of. Jefferson's.
Skid over all that. I'm not a Jefferson's fan at all. That aged at sea, very overrated. I was actually trying to use it in a cocktail this week because I just don't like it.
Buck50 says Barrel is one of his favorite new bourbons, new brands, and he says the Vantage, which I really like too, is one of his favorites. So there you go. Okay. We're over here on the rye side, which means I bounced out of there pretty quick.
We're not much on that. Look at that Blue Note.
Yeah, they got some juke joint Blue Note.
I like that.
We love Blue Note. They used to have that, was it 9 year? We used to love, and it just disappeared from shelves. Yep. These are all their store picks that the bottle shop has there near the front counters. They got a Knob Creek Rye. You saw the juke joint earlier.
Look how perfectly lined up they are.
I know you were saying you thought
they are perfectly lined up. There's no dust on them. There you go.
There's the old Soul that we were drinking earlier.
There we go. There's that one. There. There's the one Jay took out. You can see the spot where it's missing.
Yeah. So pretty, man. I love that label, the blue and the gold. It's really nice looking, and that is a delicious bottle of bourbon.
How much was it again? We were talking about it earlier. I thought it was 80. Is that what it was?
Yep.
Yep. 76 or 79. Well, close enough.
Close enough to 80.
Yep. Looks
like Elijah Craig single barrel. Is that no? It's private barrel. Which we have one of these at home. We haven't opened yet. $90 for that. I bet you it's going to be a high proof too. Looks like it's a 9 year. We have a 12 year at home that we got from the distillery. The Evan Williams Experience. Now we're bouncing down a little bit. The Restoration Rye from Castle and Key, which we think is okay-ish.
It's all right. I think it's a little overpriced for what it is.
And then there's that Pinhook Yellow Top 9 year. This is their Vertical Series. Oh, no, this is the 8 year. I'm sorry. This is a store pick from the Vertical Series. But again, Courtney's rule of thumb is...
if you have an age statement, I'll take it. And this was good.
No, this is really good. I was really, really happy with that.
Picked this up and it was good.
Now, $96 is not cheap.
No, it's not.
But it is tasty. And also you get the benefit of me having my fingers in the shot. Nice job, Jay.
At $96, though, I want a prettier bottle.
I love the yellow.
No, I want a prettier bottle. I need a decanter-looking bottle.
Oh, I see what you're saying. EU256 was asking earlier about Penelope. There's a couple Penelopes over there, the Architect and that one with the rosé on it. Hopefully I'll come back to that. This camera operator is just absolutely awful.
Yeah, he needs to be paid better.
It's actually me.
Oh, is it really?
Let's see what we've got here. We've got some IW Harper, but it's the regular. The Milam and Green is one that we keep saying we're going to drink.
Yeah,
that is
keep
a
going to say we're going to
distillery,
try it, but we haven't done it yet.
distillery run by women, interestingly. So I would like to chase that. Courtney, of course, would as well. Journeyman from the great state of Michigan. We've had some stuff from them. It's been pretty good. Town Branch is from Lexington. There we go. Penelope. There's the Barrel Strength.
That Heaven Hill Bottled in Bond is a great pickup, like just a general pickup. That's
55
really
bucks.
good stock.
55 bucks that's a good price for that.
It's a good price.
I wonder what that Penelope Barrel Strength is. I couldn't see the price on that. It's probably 70 or 80 bucks. We didn't like the Architect as much, AU256, so kind of keep an eye on that.
Did not care for that.
There's your Bardstown array. You got the Founders, the Foursquare, the Plantation Collaborative Series, the white one, plus the Fusion, the Black Label, which is, I believe, the Bottle and Bond, and then their White Label, which is their Origin White.
Bardstown Bourbon Company is coming out with something new like every 2 weeks.
It does seem like that.
Some kind of collaboration with somebody at some point, which is really cool. But now they're finally making their own stuff. Oh, they're already producing their own stuff.
This is where this is one of my areas where I get pissed off. Okay, so Barrel does a great job with all of their different bourbons that are in the $80 to $90 range. Stellum, as you see right here on your screen, is a subsidiary or whatever. It's like the Kia of the Hyundai of Barrel. But the problem is that Stellum, if they're going to do that, they got to stay in the $50 range. And they start doing their single barrel or their store picks get up into that $70 or $80 range. Well, now I'd just rather get Barrel. So what's the purpose?
Well, I can't answer that for you.
There's some Doc Swinsons.
We did pick that one up on our previous trip to the bottle shop. We don't have a problem, by the way. But we did pick that up, the Doc Swinsons. It was, I enjoyed it. I got the...
You got the red, it's the red label.
Yeah, the red label.
The sherry
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, it's good.
It's good. It's very good.
By the way, those of you who are children of the 80s, 3-chord, there on the right-hand side, is the label by Pat Benatar and her husband, Neil Girardo. So that's their baby. Unfortunately, we have tried...
You need another pour?
Hell yeah.
Of this
James
E. Pepper that we just purchased from this store?
We tried 3 different kinds of 3-chord, which seems like the rule of threes, and it just didn't hit for me at all.
I didn't like it.
We got a little Michter's Rye there, some JD, some RY3, probably over here on the rye side that we don't like as much. Some Blue Run, I saw Wilderness Trail there as well. Danville, Kentucky, no thanks. We're Transy graduates. We don't like Danville. We don't like Center College. Hemingway Rye, interesting. I'd like to taste that at some point. Peerless Rye, Nulu Rye.
All those Whistle Pigs. Not a big rye fan, but there are a lot of ryes out now. There didn't used to be, but now rye seems like is making its own little place on the stage.
There's a barrel rye single barrel for $90, with the regular barrel at looks like $80. There's your Angel's Envy Rye. There's the next level down on the ryes, little Beauregard.
Some Rabbit Hole.
Rabbit Hole, which is now their stuff. And also King's, which we really like some of the King's weeded stuff. I still am a little bit not sure on the rye side. I'm still kind of warming up to that. We like rye in a mixed drink, in an old fashioned, but I don't necessarily like just sipping it straight out the bottle. So there you go. The Bottle Shop is a tremendous store there in Columbus, Georgia.
It is.
They care about what they're doing. It's a clean store. It's a well-lit store. And as Courtney says, there's obviously a woman behind it because it's so well organized.
For sure.
I'm just telling you what she says.
When
You've been
we
a
were
woman
there,
your whole life, so you can,
I have been. That is correct.
That. You can judge that.
When we were there, we picked up the Old Soul. That is the
single barrel.
Single barrel,
Store
sorry.
pick.
And then we picked up the James E. Pepper. And what else did we pick up?
We got a Pinhook 8-year
Pinhook
vertical.
8-year,
We
that's
got that
right.
yellow
Yes.
top and some other stuff too.
No, we didn't get anything else because you're only allowed 3 bottles.
Well, I know, but you were allowed 3 too.
I was allowed some as
well. We came
well.
away with 5. But. All right, guys. Thanks for watching our haul video. We appreciate you guys. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Cheers.
All right, there we go, guys. Thanks for watching our haul video. There was some definite. I saw Chalkers jumped in the
Hey,
chat.
Chalker, what's up, buddy?
Chalker! That guy's a
Yes.
legend, man.
I feel like I haven't seen you in ages.
I know. We're not going to see him this weekend either.
I know.
It sucks, but anyway. Also, Brandon loves the Foursquare Barstown Bourbon, that's a good one. Our friend Justin that runs the cigar bar downtown, that's one of his favorites too. When it's one of Justin's favorites, that means you're smart to like it. Ravin would like to know if they would collaborate with the Bunker.
We need to figure something out on that.
I'm not sure that we have a unified taste, per se. Goose Flat says, JGT, if I wanted a bottle of the Pappy, how much would it be and where would I get it? Great question.
Depends which Pappy.
For me, you would probably want to be aiming for the Old Rip 10, which is not actually Pappy, but you can say it's Pappy. Because people don't know the difference. That would cost you on secondary about $550, probably.
A little bit more than that, I'd think.
Yeah, okay, 600. We'll go 600 on that. I will say this, it's really good. So don't be tripping about paying that.
So on
and
a
getting the
secondary
shitty
market, sometimes you got to know a guy. Or there's also sometimes Facebook groups or other groups like that that have things that are posted. But if you need to know a guy, get in contact with us.
Okay. I mean, we can probably make that happen at some point. But there's a lot of good Facebook groups. I don't know where you're at, Goose Flat. Like in my area, Montgomery, we've got 3 or 4 really good Facebook groups. And I can find pretty much anything that I've got to have. I've been able to find it. So there you go. OTAG says solid selection. Going to have to check it out. Good stuff, man. That is
good stuff.
That is a good. The bottle shop's just always good.
Yes.
I mean, there's no downside to that place. Let's see if there's some other
There's
photos.
also another great liquor store there in Columbus.
Oh, yeah, we got a bottle of Eagle Rare.
Columbus Liquor Superstore, I think it's called, or something like that.
Yeah.
It has a very fancy name like that,
Columbus
but
Beverage.
it's good. It was good.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's where we got our Eagle Rare from.
I was going to go through some of these pictures, Courtney. We already looked at the old Soul stuff, so I'm not going to put that out there. We got just a couple more. Zero, Major Zero is doing a haul per day all damn month. And that guy is an absolute legend. He came across this the other day. Old St. Nick at $1,000 a bottle.
It is not $1,000, Jay.
I'm sorry, $9.98
It's
plus
under
tax.
1,000.
And I mean, I just can't even grasp this.
I have zero interest in any of that.
I mean, whether it's 17 year or not, like, I need to drink that first. I'm not even sure that that's enough. I mean, if that's like the greatest pour I've ever had, I still don't think I'd pay $1,000 for it.
It's, yeah, no, not interested.
Goose Flat says the Shoals area is where I'm at. I bet you, brother, that there's a Huntsville.
A lot, yeah.
There's going to be a Huntsville group, I promise you. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be on Facebook if you're on Facebook. And I don't know which one it is. I don't know what's going to be up there. If it's Rocket City Bourbon Club or something like that. And I guarantee they're networking and stuff. In fact, you know who you need to message would be Archie or Dob the Bomb. Are 2 guys, they live over on the Huntsville side, which is not where you're at, but that's North
Close
Alabama.
enough.
And those guys know bourbon, so definitely keep an eye on them. $1,000, dude.
No
I mean,
interest.
hell no.
No interest.
I like this. I play FIFA a lot.
Yes, you do.
I play FIFA a lot.
Yes,
and
you do.
This is CC Kaiser. She played at Ole Miss. I believe she's from Memphis. But anyway, the reason I posted this is that she was born on 8/8/97.
That was our rehearsal dinner evening.
Courtney and I got married on 8/9/97.
Yes.
So she was born one day before we got married.
I know.
We are very old, yes.
We're old.
She's like in the middle of her career, and
Yeah.
you could have had her a long time ago.
Yeah, anyway.
CC Kaiser. Ole Miss. I don't know if we have any of our Ole Miss friends on here, but she played at Ole Miss for sure. And Courtney.
That's not right. You've missed a picture.
I did?
Yes.
Which one?
One of the pictures I sent you about, it's down here on the bottom right.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that one. Let me see.
So Jay this week said, I'm not that hungry, but let's go get something to eat. So I was like, all right, I'm going to take him someplace that I think that he'll actually end up liking, but he would not go normally because he would be like, there's not going to be anything for me to eat there. So we went to this place called T-Town, where they're TEA, yeah, where they're famous for like bubble tea and that kind of thing. Those folks that know what that is. But they had a picture of this soup on the left on their Facebook page. And I was like, ooh, I would tear that
Well,
up.
you tricked me. You said it's ramen soup, which it is.
It is ramen soup.
It is, but
It's ramen soup.
it's got a different name.
It's called wonton noodle soup.
See?
So there's a couple shrimp in there. You see the wontons, and the ramen noodles are in there. There's pork in there.
There's pork in there.
We shared it.
Yeah, we did.
And the lettuce and the jalapenos and the bean sprouts come on the side. We put a little bit in there, but not a whole lot. Of course, we had to get egg rolls.
Spring rolls.
And then, no, those are egg rolls,
Okay,
not
and then
spring
what was
rolls.
this stuff called over here on the far right?
It's called a Bourbon.
Bourbon.
Yes, and it's that was pork belly.
You got your notes over here?
I do because I couldn't remember the name of it. That was pork belly, and they were so good. They were steamed buns. People are probably very familiar with this, but we had not had them before. Delicious. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, the crust, if you want to call it that, the white stuff on the outside was
Basically, it
I've
tastes
never
like
had that before.
It tastes like a not fully cooked yeast roll.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, but it worked.
But it was
popped.
warm,
Those
and
were good.
inside you had pork belly and cilantro and some pickled like slaw kind of stuff. It was really good, y'all.
No, that was good.
And I was very impressed that Jay had it and he actually liked it. Mm-hmm. Yes. So
this is not my shit at all.
this is not
but,
his shit.
but I enjoyed it. I drank most of that soup. Actually.
Yeah, it was very good.
And,
it was very flavorful.
I was satisfied with
Yeah,
that.
it was good. So
I didn't plan to do this for the show, but we talked about this before, and I saw this the other day. This is the Ed Sheeran quote.
yes.
You learn from
talked about
nothing
this.
from success. You learn everything from failures. This is the thing that annoys me about the state of the world right now. No one talks about failure. Failure is shame. Success happens from failing hundreds of times and falling flat on your face.
That is very true.
Because Ed Sheeran was on Stern Show maybe a year ago now, and this quote really resonated with me because I'm always worried about messing up and not getting shit done right the first time out. And Ed Sheeran was like, dude, I fucked up so many times. I was so bad for the first 5 years.
Nobody wants to accept where they've screwed it up because the social media world has it and everything's beautiful and happy and perfect. You don't get very many Facebook posts. We're old, we say Facebook posts of the challenging things going on in people's lives. It's usually the happy, amazing things. Look at how wonderful my family is, when that may not really be the case.
Yeah. It looks like people never fail these days. And so you just got to pretend like that's actually a thing. Delia says, I'm in the OG, never been shut down, so no version numbers needed yet. Talking about actually, D-Lucky was providing some great guidance on where to get the details on Suburbans up in North Alabama.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Apparently, it is the North Alabama Bourbon Club, which I almost guessed that name correctly.
Very close.
I thought it was going to be Rocket City Bourbon Club.
There you go.
Whatever. That wouldn't include Madison, though. That's the sad thing. Tim the Toolman, also inspirational. Something, keep reaching for the stars, JG Tate. That is actually Casey Kasem.
No, that is definitely you. You like to end your shows like that.
Keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars, yes. But that's what Casey Kasem always said. I grew up loving them. I listened to American Top 40. I charted shows on American Top 40.
Nerd.
Like, I'd literally sit there in front of my dad's hi-fi stereo system, I guess you'd call that, like 82,
You're
83.
just a nerd, Jay.
And
It's
I would
okay. Just
graph
own
the
up to
songs and shit. I know,
Just
dude.
own up. It's
And
all
the
right.
question is, had you kissed a girl? No, I hadn't kissed a
No.
girl when I was 9. I hadn't. I'd like to have.
You wouldn't have known what to do.
We
forgot to talk about our new show that we've seen this week.
Oh my God, yeah. I meant to put up some pictures from
Yes.
that.
So Jay and I together actually decided to watch this show called Love on Spectrum.
Love on the Spectrum, yeah, it's on
And
Netflix.
I know you guys are like, oh, that's been around. But we watched season 2. We had not watched season 1. And it was an amazing show. Like, it was just really nice to see folks that really actually just share exactly how they're feeling. There was no sugarcoating things. There's no, am I worried about how I'm going to say this right? It was just, I'm going to have at it.
Yeah.
So there's lots of really cute little couples on there, or kids trying to go on their first date. I say kids, but they're in their 20s.
Yeah.
Trying to go on their first date, and it was just
That's
really,
Abby and
really
David right
intriguing.
there. two of the Spectrum kids.
Yes.
And they are, Abby, well, both of them are amazing, but Abby in particular is super amazing. And, oh, I'm sorry, I got the photo in the wrong space there. But anyway.
Yeah, they're...
I tell you what, Courtney kind of taught me into the show because this doesn't really sound like something that I would enjoy. I binged the whole season. We did it in like 2 nights, 3 nights. I literally cried.
You did cry.
I wept like a school child when Emily and Connor, when he tried to hold her hand and she was like really patient with him and stuff. Oh my God, guys. I had no idea I was so soft for this stuff. But anyway, Love on the Spectrum. If you're into something that's really wholesome, I can't think of a show that's better. I think if you watch one episode, if you watch half of one episode, you'll know right away if you're into it or not.
Right. It's really neat to see.
But like this couple on the screen, that's David and Abby. And
they got together on the first season.
They did. They got together in the first season. So in the second season, their relationship is progressing. They're both on the spectrum. And they are Abby in particular, they're an absolute trip. Abby really speaks the straight truth, doesn't she?
She does. And they're just, it's like you said, wholesome. Just really nice to see that the empathy that you don't necessarily think comes along with, quote, autism, because they don't typically, that is not something that you'd think of. But it is just a really sweet, special show. Yeah, I would encourage you to watch one show and see if you like it.
Raven says, so it's a show with complete honesty. I mean,
yeah.
Yes, those people, the characters or the people, I mean, the
There's
stars.
There's one on there named Danny, and she is very interested in learning about how relationships work as they get to very serious adult relationships, as she calls it.
Well, she wants to get it in, is what
yeah,
she wants to do.
That's exactly what she wants to do.
She doesn't beat around the bush on this at all.
Yeah, and she wants to make sure that the partner is on board with that as well.
What's cool is everybody in the show is on the spectrum and very obviously on the spectrum, but the show takes great care to portray everybody in a loving, friendly,
right,
positive manner. Nobody's being made fun of.
Nobody's being made fun of at all.
You wouldn't make fun of them because they're all so happy and like positive. Like,
but
the
it's
guy
okay
that lives
because
in Clemson is just like insanely like.
But there's a lot of nervousness, of course. But typically they don't understand that that's norm. A first date gives everybody butterflies.
Yeah.
And so it's fun. If you're looking for something that would make you feel good after you watch it, I would suggest watching it on Netflix. I'm not being paid by Netflix to watch it, but.
Now, you like watching Reacher because you think that guy's sexy, isn't it?
No, he's too much.
No, he's
too much. He is too big.
Speaking of being on the spectrum, I think that Reacher's on the spectrum.
He's definitely on the spectrum.
Because he's got the emotional...
Yeah, he has emotional withdrawal, blunt affect. He's not worried about building relationships. Yeah.
Well, he likes to get it in with that one girl, though, which I don't blame
That's
him.
not building a relationship. That's just primal
That is building
urges.
That is building a boner and burying it. Is what that is.
So that's primal urges.
He's a stud.
Yes, that's a good show too.
We like
That's
Reacher.
a good show.
What else we got? We did talk about the worst songs of the 80s last week. I think everybody got the correct answers.
All that,
What?
not interested.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I think we got the right answers last week, which is We Built This City. And I know Cuz is on board with that because he hates that song with a passion.
Very true.
It was written by Bernie Taupin, though. So it can't be too bad. What else you got there, Courtney?
Raven asked if I was nervous on my first date with Jay. So my first date with Jay was actually a sorority grab-a-date, if you want to call it.
Shit.
And no, I was not when we first started. By the end of the evening,
I was gonna say, when I picked you up, you weren't.
by the end of the evening, I was loaded because yes, I was nervous. So I was like, bottoms up, and yeah, end up with a sprained ankle, and
Yeah, she fell off a curb.
yeah, the curb was talking back to me. So
But it's fine.
but yeah, I was nervous. But our first official real date where he asked me out, we went to guess where we went? Guess where we went, y'all? We went to Olive Garden.
I did go to Olive Garden.
And we had breadsticks.
I was broke as a joke.
No.
at that point.
That was fancy then.
I know.
It was a nice place to go.
I was digging deep to get you there, but
It was
broke as a
nice
joke,
in
bro.
1992. That's where I was like, oh, he's taking me to Olive Garden. But the cutest part about that is he was nervous too, because he was worried that he would not have money or he'd lose his money.
Right.
So where'd you have your money?
Well, I didn't have a credit card or anything like
No,
that.
that was before that time.
So I had money in like 4 places. I had some in my pocket. I had some in my car. I had some.
You had some in your glove compartment, but some in your trunk.
I had money everywhere, so I didn't want to run out. I couldn't. I didn't have a credit card, D-Lucky. I didn't have any. There was no debit cards. I didn't have any of that.
So right after that, the best part of it is that once I find that out, and we've been dating a while, I was like, damn. He was like, this heifer needs to eat. That's why I need 4 spots of food. This girl's gonna really like them breadsticks. Do you remember what you had?
No, I mean chick parm maybe.
No, you wouldn't have been that adventurous.
Spaghetti and meatballs.
Spaghetti and meatballs.
Well, they make really good spaghetti and meatballs there, to be fair.
Yes.
Call Me Biscuit says Huey Lewis is awful. Now listen, before you start with that, I'm not the biggest Huey Lewis fan, but I did watch the USA for Africa documentary that's on Netflix.
Lewis is pretty bad.
The one about, I think it was The Greatest Night in Pop is what it was called. The way that they went from the AMAs in '85 and then basically taped that song We Are the World all night into the early hours and stuff. Huey Lewis, very cool guy though. Whether you like his music or you don't, I'm not necessarily a huge fan, but he came across as a very cool guy in that documentary. And I have a huge crush on Diana Ross. Diana Ross looked like my kind of girl on that show. Mm-hmm. She was really interested in being cool to everybody like you used to be.
Did you really say used to be?
In 1985.
I heard that.
In 1985.
You said used to be.
I meant like back in those days.
Used to be.
Let's see. Brandon says, I heard Sonny say he kept his money in a mayonnaise jar buried in the backyard. Boy, that hits really close to home because my grandma used to tell me, Jay, if anything ever happens to me, I put a bunch of money in a mayonnaise jar in the fucking backyard. You got to remember to get it. And I was like, where is it in the backyard? And she goes, you'll know when it's time. And then she died. She died of cancer. She didn't die slowly. But I never thought to ask her. So, after my grandma dies, she dies the day of the Auburn Ball State game when my man Tristan Davis rushed for like 250 yards. I missed that game. My dad goes, hey, did my mom ever tell you about burying money in the backyard? I said, fuck yeah, she did. He goes, did she ever tell you where it was? I go, no. I asked her and she told me she didn't know. So that money, assuming it's there, was never found. Someday, some way, somebody will dig in that backyard and they'll go, holy shit, there's $5,000.
Maybe that's back when I used to be cool.
Oh, here we go. Raven says Huey Lewis and the News can't separate from American Psycho. That song definitely made that movie for sure.
Maybe we need to have an event at the Olive Garden.
AU256 says, hey, I'll still fuck around with some Olive Garden today. No shame. We had it a couple weeks ago. And
we
it was
did.
Really good.
It was really good. I mean, you're not going there for an amazing gourmet experience. But
hold on, Tim. Maybe Tim is my age. He says, D-Lucky, back in the 90s, that was fine dining.
Yes, it was. It was. There's no doubt about it. It was fancy. Fancy for college students.
This was April of 92, and I'm telling you, bro, like I was buying, my friend Alan Eskridge ran a shop out of
Don't call
it. He ran a shop out of his dorm room where he made food and you paid for it. Mm-hmm. And I could only afford him 2 days a week. And he was making Chef Boyardee.
And
he called it.
No.
He had a name that was inappropriate.
Yes, it's definitely inappropriate.
But I can only afford that 2 times a week, and that was Chef Boyardee.
Yeah.
So I stayed up for like a month to take you out because we went on our first.
Once again, because he knew I was an eater.
We went on our first date on March 4, 1992, and then I knew I was going to go on a date with her, but I knew
he's like, I got to save up for this.
I didn't have any money, you guys. I was
I
broke as
save
fuck.
up for her.
I was broke as fuck.
She isn't going to just want the salad. She's going to want the.
She wants the salad and the fajoule. Brandon says, remember that time? He remembers the time Tristan Davis ran for like 250, and then we never let him play running back again. He had the hips of a safety, as my friend Luke Brisky used to say. Revenge says it's a restaurant with tablecloths. Of course, it's fine dining.
I have never heard that phrase before, and I'm going to use that. Tablecloths.
Did he mean tablecloths?
No, but I think he means like I love it. Whether he meant it or not, I think that's a phrase I'm going to use from now on because that's a fancy place.
Tim says he was born in '85, Courtney, but he still remembers Olive Garden for special occasions.
I mean, Olive Garden it used to be a big deal.
Yeah.
But back when we grew up, we were talking about this the other day. When we grew up, there weren't a lot of restaurants.
No, we didn't.
There
in the
were not a
80s?
lot of restaurants. There was like a couple here and there, and they were almost always local places. There weren't big chains of anything.
Absolutely.
And so, like, when we got to college, we're like, ooh, Applebee's. Fancy.
Did we talk about wings last time? Or I can't remember if I talked about it on the show or not.
Wings.
But when I went to Richie's and that was like...
Yeah, we talked about that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I lived in Tulsa and we were in high school in 87, 88, 89, 90, my parents went out. We went out once a week. And we went to a local barbecue joint that I freaking hated. I hated barbecue at that time in my life. So I got a burger. That was the only time we went out.
Tim, I need to tell you, you said the fabric napkins at Olive Garden. And I was actually thinking that when we were at Olive Garden a couple weeks ago, I was like, they're still doing the fabric napkins. Like, you think about it in this society and world, that how expensive that is for them to actually have fabric napkins.
And silverware.
And true silverware.
That you have to wash.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to pay for and wash.
Yes, Applebee's was a treat back then. And when we were in college, they had the half-price appetizers.
After
like 10?
It was like 4 to 6 or something. And then
No, it was at 10, at like 10 o'clock at night. So that's when we went into Applebee's, and I'm like, I want the mozzarella sticks.
We used to do damage at Denny's too.
Yeah, mozzarella sticks, and I'd be like, Citibank's paying.
Denny's after 11, you could really tear some shit up there. You get a Moons Over Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good stuff there. Also, we had a Perkins in Lexington.
Yes, we did have a Perkins.
You could knock the bottom out of that
Yes.
a little late night.
Late night.
Toolman says that's baller status even today. I would agree.
Yes.
AU256 wants to just shit on you right now. Courtney's going to seagull your ass. I wasn't even a twinkle in my parents' eye in 92.
Okay, so basically we could be your parents. Thank you.
That's probably
we appreciate
true.
that.
We know he's a lot younger than us, so.
I know, but
Henry tried to pull that shit on me the other day. Our intern. We're talking about 96 because Auburn hasn't beaten Florida at Florida since 96. And I go, man, I bet your parents weren't even married. He goes, oh, they were definitely married. I go, wait a minute. Your mom's my age. He's like, oh, well, yeah. I mean, I think they got married in 96. Oh, shit, bro. We beat it by a couple days here. AU Taxman says we used to go to that Applebee's on Carter Hill in Vaughn after every game in high school, which is the one down by Montgomery
it's
Academy.
still there.
Is that Montgomery Academy? Mm-hmm. They call that Carter Hill now, Poppy. The Carter Hill area. And a great story about that one. No, I'm not gonna tell that story. But yeah, the Applebee's. We've been in there. It's been a minute since we've been in there. That's just like we live out in Hampstead, Alabama now, so it's like so far away. Although my therapist's office is right down there, so that's when I go.
But there's a Applebee's right here on Taylor Road.
Yeah,
Why haven't you been there, Jay?
Man, kids eat free on Mondays, and we still can't find anything to eat there. I used to get the Fiesta chicken there is what I got.
Yes, you did.
I love talking to my therapist about what I do. She's always like, so wait, tell me about what you do now? I was like, yeah, I run a message board. And she's like, tell me about that. I was like, it's a bunch of people that just talk shit all day, and occasionally they talk shit about me, and it hurts my feelings.
Yeah, especially somebody who allegedly, anyway.
Yeah, I had someone last night jump on there and say that I was the most unprofessional, petulant, dick-headed mod that they have ever seen in their entire life, and it's not even close, is what it said. And I thought to myself, are you serious?
What planet are you on?
Come on now.
And it's allegedly a woman.
I don't know if it is or it isn't.
Okay. I mean, it could be.
I was just putting 2 and 2 together on that, but
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't know.
Yeah, you know the Applebee's on Taylor Road is sketchy. You know why? Well, you know what you can get when you go there?
I know what it's called. What's it called when you get it?
Hepatitis.
I don't know why I'm pointing at you because you never had it. Hepatitis.
Hepatitis, yes. That was where the little hepatitis outbreak was.
Like one time.
Well, the problem is that my staff had gone there to eat that same week. And so we had to line up all them to go get all vaccinated, tested and vaccinated and all that kind of fun stuff. Yay!
Pocket says, Kanuman wanted me to pass along his regrets for not being able to attend tonight. He's tied up with work.
Well, thank you for sharing. We appreciate it.
He does important work, too, so
yes.
I understand that. Let's see. D. Lucky says, my bad, JG. Didn't mean all that. I hadn't had lunch yet. What am I missing? Oh, wow.
He's trying to claim he was the one that said that about you.
Oh, yeah. The most unprofessional mod ever, and it's not even close. Like, wow, man.
It's
come
like,
on,
what?
man. I don't.
Here's the thing.
It's hard to be a fair moderator all the time, and I make mistakes, I do, but I don't think I made many here lately that bad.
Well,
To be the worst moderator ever? Like worse than Hoke?
who cares?
Worse than Justin Hokanson? I'm just kidding.
Who cares?
I talked to Justin the other day.
What did Justin share with you?
We were just talking about shit. I ran into him when we were doing the press conference for BP, and he had his daughter with him. She's as cute.
I have strong feelings about him.
She's as cute as can be. She's
Well,
probably 5 or 6 years
That's
old.
awesome.
And she was great.
There are few people I have strong feelings about, and that's one.
I'm surprised that you would say that because I don't even really have that stronger feelings about Hope.
I do.
Really? Okay.
They say that you can forgive and not forget. I don't forgive or forget.
You talking about when he left?
It was a challenging time. We'll just leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that. Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that. I have to work with him, so I actually kind of like Hope.
Call me Biscuit is correct.
Call Me Biscuit says your therapist could quadruple her business. I'm glad that he knew there was a girl. Maybe I just said that.
You
though.
said that.
Her business with all the bunker members who need therapy.
That is true. Very true.
Unfortunately, we were trying to get some people that I know in there to see her that need therapy for various reasons, and she's booked up.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
she's a busy camper.
I didn't know she was HBIC when I got in there to see her. But
I mean, after the first of the year, a lot of people seek therapy. So
that is true. That is true.
That therapy numbers go up because
New Year, New Me?
they finally New Year, New Me, but they realized at the holidays that they needed to go and talk about some things after the holidays.
I can see that.
Yes, so therapy numbers are typically up, but then they wane down, by springtime. It's just like the gym, Jay, Everybody's in there in January, and then by March, it's desolate again.
I always keep hoping there's going to be more MILFs. Like every time
Me too.
we get to January, I'm
I
like...
really hope. I have my fingers crossed all the
Yeah,
time.
you're in the gym a lot. I know that.
No, I'm saying I really hope that there's more MILFs. Like, that's exactly right up my alley.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but the YMCA where I'm at, there were no new MILFs.
I am
Although
definitely devastated.
I did
about
see
it.
Jim Bay the other day, which is great.
Oh, well, thank goodness.
Oh, I was stoked about that. If you saw that girl, you'd be like, "Are you serious?" I'm serious. You would be like, "Oh my
Serious.
God." Let's see what else we got here. The way AA just looked into the camera while she said that. I'm sure Hoke felt that. I don't know as though Hoke really cares what Courtney thinks about, or me.
Hoke
for
could
that
care
matter.
less what I think about him, but
I like Hoke. I like Hoke. I really do. Like man to man, I like Hoke. I just think Hoke sometimes says things and does things that he shouldn't do. For various reasons that aren't because of bad character. I think it's just...
Well, we all do that. It's
and
the way
the last time I said that in public, I got called by a certain person who called me a piece of shit and a coward. It was not Hoke. It was not Hoke, but it was somebody else.
Well, whatever.
It wasn't Jeffrey Lee either.
That's just a big giant pussy right there is what that is.
Well, I don't know what his problem is. Why would he be calling me?
Because he knows that... Anyway. Some people are bitter. No, some people are bitter.
Just leave it at that. I don't want him calling me again. AU256 says, sound like there's an interesting story there, AA. No.
Listen, I'm very defensive of this guy to my left, and so when folks don't do him right, I get a little shook up.
Hoke. I mean, Hoke does like Hoke, but everybody likes themselves, right? To some degree.
Well, I mean, only those that color their hair. I mean, like myself. That's what I meant. Why are you?
My friend Corey sent me a text earlier today. He said, hey, man, if you could... He was just kidding. He goes, hey, man, if you see Aiden Holloway, point guard at Auburn, give him a few tips about blank, blank, blank. And I said, the only tips I can give him are frosted. Boom! Got him.
Wow.
You
got him.
Tim says he's not a big fan of Hoke. He seems excessively smug. He comes across that way, but in real life, I don't think he's that way. I think it's just...
Listen, everybody has their thing.
When I see Hoke out, I'm excited to say hey to him and say what's up and dab him up.
That's great. I'm really proud of you for that.
I know.
That
That has something to do with therapy, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
By the way, I don't get to see Jeffrey Lee as much anymore. I love me some Jay Lee now. Don't you guys ever think I'm talking bad about Jay Lee. I love that guy. I don't have a brother, but that's my brother. That's my brother. He's my ride or die bro. And every time I see Hoke, I always say, how's your boss, Jay Lee? Got him. Oh, man, that's fun. That's good times.
No comment.
All right, I know you don't. You like Jay Lee. What's stopping your Jay Lee shit? He was good to me. He's good to Maddie. She's a good
I
guy.
love Jay Lee as a person.
Of course you do.
I love him.
He's amazing.
He is fun.
God, he's fun.
He is fun.
I miss hanging out with him. You know his son's like 13 or
As a
14 years
person.
old now? 13 or 14 years
Ooh,
old
wow.
now. He's going to be a little Jay Lee. He's got red hair. He's talkative.
Jesus.
He's amazing. His name's
Oh,
Brooks.
Lord.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, Call Me Biscuit says, go with AA's opinion always, JGT. Listen, when Courtney speaks up on the character of a person, whoever it is, I'm listening. And if I ever go against you, it's because I've thought about it at least 5 times and said,
That's
She just-
okay. We
just
can
doesn't know
have
for whatever
differing views. It's just
look at this. Do you like it says AA on Jay Lee? You love Jay Lee.
I said it. I love him as a person.
See what I mean? That's what I'm talking about.
I love him
What,
as
you
a
don't love him
person.
as a
I would
public
tell him
figure?
that this. If he was watching this, I would tell him to his face. Like, this is nothing I would not say to his face.
You've said to his face, yeah.
I've said good and bad things to his face before, but he is a very fun person. I
love Jay Lee.
enjoy hanging out with him socially.
I told the person on the bunker that said that the bunker hasn't been shit since I took over, which is like fucking 12 years ago, right? I was
It's
like,
been a long ass time.
I want Jay Lee here. Jay Lee will come back here. We'll get him again someday, even if it's for a one-day contract or whatever. Because me, B. Matt, and Jay Lee, we always talked about retiring together, you know, finishing it out all together. When they were owning the site, I was like hanging out with them all the time and wanting to be part of the site. And they ended up breaking up. And then I went to work for Jay Lee. And
It is like the worst like marital divorce story ever.
But
Between
hey,
everybody.
that is true. That is true. But I want to give myself credit, which I don't do very often. I was the motherfucker that could get them back together. And I had both of those guys working for me. Well, we were all kind of working together. I hate to say working for me, but we were all like a team. I was able to get those fences mended, and they were willing to do it. So I couldn't have done it. I couldn't have forced them to do it. But Brian was willing to kind of get back with Jay Lee. Jay Lee was willing to come back and get back with Brian. And we worked together with the 3 of us for probably 5 or 6 years.
That is true.
Blissfully. I mean,
That
no
is true.
problems at all.
That is true.
I think I'm really good at that. I can get people, you know, working together. I'm pretty good at that. I would give myself credit for that.
I agree.
And I miss Jay Lee being here. And I cheer for him where he's at. And every time I see him, I give him a hug and I put my arm around his neck and I tell him I love him. So that's that. And he tells me the same thing. He would say the same thing about me.
I know that. I know that.
I don't know why we're talking about this. 16,000 people can't be
either.
wrong, right?
Man, those pork belly bow bones were really good, Jay.
AU256 says, can we get Jay Lee and Jay Head back? Wait, hold on. Jay Head posts over here. Jay Head is on my show every single time. He's on the Brain Drain every single time. I text with Jay Head all the time. Jay Head is definitely part of our community, too. Now, I know he does shows with Jay Lee and also one with Hoke, which I bag on him for constantly, but he's part of our family. Look, man, Jay Head is an Auburn guy. He loves me and he loves Jay Lee. So, I mean, it's all good. Call Me Biscuit says, reel the show back in. What are we drinking? So, I'm guessing we're drinking the James E. Pepper.
Yeah, drinking the pepper.
It's good, man.
I'm having some pepper.
I did pull out this I.W. Harper, but that was only for the decanter. Courtney thinks that decanter's the bee's knees.
I love it. I think it's really cool.
I want to tell you something that you didn't know. I didn't even know till today. So you bought this shit at Justin's House of Bourbon. Did you know that you bought another bottle that you've never even fucking so much as touched?
What's that?
It's still sitting up in the...
What is it?
It's called Pritchard Hill Jeffersons.
Oh,
Exactly.
it's a Jefferson's?
That's exactly the face I thought you would make when I told you.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I'm going to make you drink that next time.
It had to have been finished in something. Was it finished in?
Yeah, it's finished in Pritchard Hill.
Okay, so I'm taking that to our vacation.
Oh.
You have to get it out, and I'm going to take it on my vacation, and I'm going to drink it, and I'm going to like it.
And we liked it.
I'm going to like it. And if I don't, I'll put it with my Diet Coke.
Okay. That sounds
Or
pretty
the old fashions I'm going to make.
down in Florida?
Mm-hmm. Of course I am.
I'd rather not do that.
Why?
I don't know. Just a lot of unnecessary sugar. Why don't we just drink this? Colin Biscuit says, I'm on Widow Jane, which I believe is a New York bourbon.
You know.
It's one of my new favorites. Tower in Atlanta. Tower is outstanding. Great choice there. Has really good store picks of Widow Jane. Solid, brother. I've been to Tower a few times. Really enjoyed it. They've got good shit. Atlanta's got a lot of good stores. I usually go to Lurie's down in what I call Studio City, but it's actually Union City. It's right by the Tyler Perry Studios. But they have good stuff, man.
So we are working on a event in Atlanta.
Yeah, well, Buckhead
Atlanta,
specifically.
yeah, Buckhead. Yeah. So we are looking at that in the first part of April.
Yeah, I think it.
Yeah.
Tentatively, it's going to be right before the A-Day game.
Yes.
So I think a Thursday before the A-Day game.
Yes, and it's also right about the end of what's happening at the beginning of April, Jay. It's not March Madness, but then what's it go to?
When Auburn's in the Final Four, that could be
when Auburn is in the Final Four.
That could be a tricky time.
Well, that would be the weekend before, so there'd be a lot to talk about.
Colin Biscuit says he had a toasted orange bourbon, old-fashioned at dinner this evening. That sounds like a W.
Oh, what was in that? Toasted orange
bourbon
old-fashioned at dinner this evening. I need to know what was in that.
Well, you probably get an orange
What
bitters.
bourbon was in that?
Hold on, you get, I think, a rye bourbon with orange bitters and then the orange peel where you squeeze that bitch in there. I could see
but
that
it says
really
toasted.
Man.
So it's got to be a toasted bourbon, right?
Oh, look who's just jumped in. Don't knock the old fashions. Jay from
Sonia I know
P.
her. Look at you, Sonia P. I love it.
Last name redacted, but she's a P.
Yes.
Okay, very good. I wouldn't know how to spell it even if I knew it.
Thank you for chiming in, Sonia.
Call me Biscuit. That sounds
Sonia
amazing.
is another person who likes a Diet Coke and some bourbon, but she likes that fake bourbon.
Oh, like Jack Daniels?
I don't talk about that. But we bring her
of those.
over. When she comes to our house, she can't have that.
Yeah, we treat her to something a little bit better than that.
That's right.
Jack Daniels tastes like bananas to me. Like just straight up banana juice. I don't get it, man.
It takes a lot for me not to drink a Kentucky bourbon, such as now I'm drinking the Old Soul, because I did enjoy this. It was a very good taste sensation.
I wish we had more of that pepper. You were right to have picked that up, and I'd like to get a little bit more of that.
I did actually. Not only did I pick it up because of the bottle, but I did read on it, and there were good reviews on it. So I was like, let's do this.
That's pretty good.
It's good stuff.
Great decanter, too.
Yes.
Tim the Toolman Taylor says, definitely love the old fashions. I do, too, man.
We did discuss having a cocktail evening on the Bourbon Blend.
Look who else is on here, J-Dub.
Yes. Hey, J-Dub.
What up, bro?
So we talked about doing a cocktail bourbon blend with having a actual true bartender come and make our cocktails for us.
Oh, I know who you got in mind for this.
Yes, we had this discussion. So we're going to put that in the works where this bartender needs to ask off on a Thursday evening to be able to come and blend some amazing bourbon cocktails for us.
Where would he work?
He would work right over there, and he would make us some cocktails and bring them to us.
Ooh, could we have like a
would you guys be interested in that? I
hell
think
yeah!
it would.
If David, I'm sorry, I didn't say his name.
No, it's not David.
Oh, it was Austin. David and Austin are both awesome.
Yes.
Austin, we need to get a camera for Austin though.
Yeah, we'd have to see the concoctions being made.
Austin is the official cocktail king at the Tipping Point.
Yes, he is.
As awarded by me and you.
Very important folk.
Yes, we know a lot about cocktails. Because
we know if we like it or not.
We drank about 15 total. I didn't know J-Dub was in the chat, man. We love seeing J-Dub up in here.
We got famous folks up in here.
J-Dub and Sonia P. That's
these are some high rollers right in here.
I mean, it's weird that they stick out when we got 15,000 people watching the show.
It is. I know. It is amazing.
Well, how do you feel? Oh no, we gotta go one more minute. That would get us to 2 hours, right on the nose.
Oh, you guys would be interested in that? Okay, I like that.
Call me Biscuit with the best question of the night. Where would the Tates ever find a bartender?
I know it would be very hard to find.
We would never know where a bar is.
We would never know where a bar is.
I don't know. Call me Biscuit. I would do the best that I can.
I think that Sonia is talking about, she says, I think the cocktail show would need an audience. I'm saying that would be an in-person audience.
Yes,
Okay.
Sonia would want to make sure that she be in part of quality control.
Quality control.
Yes, she would make sure that we had
She'd
the
have a
correct ingredients.
spreadsheet for it, though, Jay. She loves a spreadsheet.
Whoa, hold on. Is that you talking about Becky?
No, Sonia loves a spreadsheet.
Does she really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
That's her gig.
D Lucky says, "Are we selling tickets to the tasting?" D Lucky has got a D Lucky and Mrs. D Lucky have a standing invitation.
Of course, anytime. Welcome.
They will be featured.
But the problem is if
Adored
you all
guests.
show up here, we'd have no viewers.
That is true. We would lose half our viewership. Of course, we have the D Lucky Suite at our home. Mm-hmm. Every morning I walk by it and say, "What's up, D Lucky?" Even though he's not there, sadly.
He doesn't answer, does he?
No, he doesn't, but it's fine. And then we have the Easterwood Suite on the other side. Well, actually, it's Maddie's room. But Maddie's gone now, so that's where Easterwood gets to stay.
All right, so we're going to do a cocktail show, not next week.
Well, we got to figure out when Austin can do it, or David.
Yes. Well, it's Austin because he asked when am I going to be on the Bourbon Blend?
In that case, it'll be Austin.
It will be Austin.
I got to figure out a way to get a camera on him. I don't have a lot of distance from
It's
the
not going to be a
computer.
problem. We've got this.
I'll shoot it over this way.
We've
or
got
whatever.
this.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'd have to have a concoction, a station to make concoctions.
Well, Call Me Biscuit got that orange.
I still need to know.
old-fashioned, which-
Can you scroll back? I need to know. Call Me Biscuit. Did you tell me what bourbon was in it?
Yeah, what was in that, bro?
Yeah, you said toasted orange,
Oh.
kind of burned with a rye and orange bitters. Okay, so was that good or bad? Was it a good burn?
Of course it was good. What does it sound? It sounds bad to you?
There can be bad bourbon burns. There can be bad bourbon burns.
AU256 guys got a smoke set for Christmas to make smoky old fashioned. Courtney loves a smoky old fashioned.
I do love a smoky old fashioned.
When I found out why you like the smoky smell so much, it first repelled me and then it intrigued me. He says just simulcast. I like that. Tim the Toolman Taylor says got a smoke set on my Amazon list, hoping my wife gets it for me for Valentine's.
Oh, that's nice. They have some really cool ones out there that are really neat. We have not ventured into that. My big old fashioned is having the ice ball, like the ones that you put in the freezer, and yeah, you got the nice little mold for the ice molds. Now there are really cool ice ones where you can put your initials on it. Now that is pretty flippin' fancy.
Who's got the biggest balls of them all? You? I mean, you got big ice balls. They're bigger than mine. Raven says, hint, hint.
Yes, so
Colin
we
Biscuit,
need to do that.
Who imbibed today, got the orange old fashioned. Awesome and not too sweet. That is what I like to hear. They can be a little sweet sometimes.
Hey, when you look at our IW Harper right here, it looks like there's a purple label.
I know. I was
That's
playing with it
interesting.
earlier. I was kind of changing it around. See what I
That is
mean?
interesting. Look at that. There, it's really a gold label.
It's amazing.
Wow. So we will definitely put that on the agenda to figure out the cocktail one and let everybody know that ahead of time.
Cocktail show. Boom, 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 boom.
But what are we going to do next week?
Well, are we going to be here next week?
Yes,
We'll be back next
we'll be
week.
back. We're coming back Wednesday. We're coming back on Valentine's Day. And can we talk about Valentine's Day for just a second?
Yeah,
Valentine's Day is the biggest joke of a holiday ever.
it is.
I have no interest in it, and I'm a female saying it. I don't care about Valentine's Day. Jay knows this.
Yeah.
What do I expect from you from Valentine's Day?
A card.
A card. I don't want anything else because if you can't show me that you love me throughout the year, I don't need it on one day. Mm-hmm. I need it the other 364. I need it on the days when I've had a really crappy day, and I need you to have made the bed and started dinner, and that is the best Valentine gift ever.
I make the bed every single day. Without
You're getting
fail.
a little defensive here.
No, I'm just saying I do. Like, that's a big deal to me. I make the bed every single day.
But I'm just saying that acts of service are much more important to me than a holiday. Now, when you are first dating, you have to put up all the shows. You have to take her to Olive Garden.
What, you do?
I'm just saying, if you're trying to show off to your girl. That's a classy place to take her, Jay. Look at that. Look at all the people. Look at all the fans, y'all.
Look at all the fans, guys. That's our alma mater right there. That's the Clyde Beck Center on the campus of Transylvania University. We have won 55 in a row, you guys.
I am very proud. I am very proud of the parents that made it to that game that are sitting in the seats.
And boyfriends, just like me at the fucking field hockey games.
You and Jason Morgan.
It was me and Jason, and both of our girlfriends were on the team. That was exactly what was going on there. Seriously, though, we're going to do, assuming, of course, that Transylvania women's basketball gets to the Final Four, we're going to do watch parties.
Yes.
For the semifinal, and we're going to win the final, obviously.
Yes.
So we're going to do that.
Course.
We're going to have watch parties at my house. Everybody's invited. Wait, party in your mouth.
Everybody's coming.
Hey, got him! I'm very proud of Transylvania women's basketball being so good.
We should
I really
be.
am pretty fired up about that. Pocket Watch says 55 in a row is pretty incredible. So I ran this by Chad Pruitt, who's an assistant coach at Auburn, who coached at Lee Scott Academy, like the greatest coach in the history of Lee Scott Academy. And he said his longest streak ever was like 30. And he said, I was really fucking proud of 30 in a row. And meanwhile, no, I don't know about that, Courtney. Meanwhile, Transylvania's gone 55. I will get you a card, though. Isn't Valentine's Day, is it?
It's Wednesday. We're going to be driving back home.
Me and cousin.
I'm not worried about it.
We'll have to go by a CVS and get that done. By the way, Pocket, if we're gonna
My favorite kind of Valentine is the one that you have just licked and sealed it and like are waving it as you're handing it to me, so it's like dried.
That's something
that's the
you
best
guys
kind.
did. That's something her family did.
Yes.
Yeah.
My sister used to always say, "Oh, Dad, I bought you a Father's Day gift, but I dropped and broke it." So we always do that crap.
Tim the Toolman Taylor says, "I want to put this comment right here." Well, where'd it go? There we go. Absolutely packed out.
I know. Look
at
at those
crowd.
fans.
Look how happy they are.
I'll tell you who's really most excited about it is Canes, that they paid for that banner in there with the 8 parents that are there.
Do you see right there where it says NCAA Transy?
Wait. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, there's double digits.
Hey, this is probably the visitor side. I bet our home side's like really full. Our friend Dale.
They needed to take a picture from the other side then.
Our friend Dale was the mascot. Well, he was I shouldn't say our friend. He was our RA.
He was our RA.
He was the pioneer back in the day.
Yes, he was.
T Park, what's up, bro?
Yes.
T Park came by the Brain Train last night. It was awesome having him. Happy Thursday, JGT and A. Let me go ahead and put this on the broadcast here. My parents just got a place on Lake Martin, so I'm 100% coming to crash the Tate's party in the beer. He's talking about. Is he talking about the Transylvania?
I need something. Wait. No, I love it.
Is he talking about Transylvania?
In the near future. Oh, T Park, that's a great question.
T Park!
That's a great question.
Thank you. That's enough. I'm good. Courtney, I'm actually good. Yeah. I don't want to wake up like 6
Well, first of all, I have to wake up in the morning and I have to have a family event at my center, so.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I better take it
chicken
easy.
And biscuits in the morning? Or
No, it's our Valentine pancake breakfast, Jay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thousands come.
Hell yeah. Literally, thousands. T-Park says, why can I not super chat the team? It's because we don't have enough subscribers yet, unfortunately.
I know. Hang on. Let's see how many we have right now.
Courtney's going to do a check.
do a check.
We've been growing.
We have been organically growing is what we're going to say. That's a nice way of putting it. So let me take a look here. See if this amazing show we've done tonight has gained us any subscribers.
I gotta go back to this. These comments are
Hey, wait! I got one more subscriber tonight. Y'all, I need 2 more. I want to break 400. We've got 398. Can anybody else come up with a old AOL address that they need to subscribe
Yeah,
to?
can't somebody help us here?
We need 2.
Tim the Toolman Taylor says, not letting them sit in the premium seats in the front is wild. AU256 says, dozens.
Yes.
And Call Me Biscuit says, Transy fans just get complacent after so many wins in a row.
That is true. That is true.
When I told Chad about this, Chad is Matty Pruitt's dad. He's a coach at Auburn. He goes, who's the coach? And I think he was trying to trip me up. Like, you don't know. I go, Julie Folks? He goes, oh, Julie Folks. Yeah, okay.
He didn't know.
Of course he doesn't know who the fuck it is. He's doing other shit.
But wait, we need to look at our Pioneers there on the bench, Jay.
That's the other team. They're in purple, Courtney. Did you wear purple when you played for Transy? Or did you wear red and white?
I wore purple sometimes.
You didn't wear shit. I have pictures of you, and you were wearing red and white.
Okay.
Toolman Taylor says, more people still in the stream than at that game. That's my guy right there.
That is true.
That is amazing.
He is stating facts.
O-Tag, Orange Taffy Like Anal Goose is 103 to go. That's all we got to do. And that's it.
That's it.
We're so close to the finish line.
So close.
So close.
But I do hate.
It's so far
I mean,
away.
they like really. Their wins are kind of atrocious. Really, usually they're at least 20 points.
It sounds like Auburn. Honestly, Auburn's won 19 games, and every single one of them's like this.
No, it's not Auburn.
No, it is.
No.
Well, Transy never loses. Auburn loses rarely.
They lost 2 in a row.
Let's see. T Park says, I just sent a link to the channel to Hella Peeps on mass email for
Look
tryouts.
at you.
For tryouts? What does this mean? Let's
I need
see
to know
who's
what that
ready.
means.
I don't know what that means, T Park.
I need to know, T Park. I need details. Give me the deets.
Tryouts for what, bro? Tryouts for alcoholism? Because we made it. We made the team. We made the team.
We're the first team. We're
Finally.
not subbing. We are on the first team.
Hey, our outstanding football coach at Holland Hall, which is the high school I went to, he retired yesterday. And he was my quarterback when I played at Holland Hall.
That's how old you are.
So I said...
How does he retire at 50? Well, maybe it's not a good retirement.
He's 3 years older than me.
That's probably not a good retirement.
Interesting idea. His name is Tag.
Oh, just like our viewer.
Wait, we had a viewer named Tag?
O-Tag.
Oh, O-Tag. No, Tag Gross. Who's our quarterback? He can only be... I know how old he is because he was there. He was a senior when I was a freshman, so he's 4 years older than me at most. So he's 55?
Hey, guess what position Jay played?
Yeah,
for literally like what? One season?
I played 2 seasons.
Two seasons.
I played 2 seasons in high school. I was the worst player ever to play at my school.
They have a picture of Jay up and it says worst player ever.
Hold on. Before we start that, and I deserve all the scoring I get on the football field. I was terrible. I played 5 varsity seasons in baseball.
I understand that.
Okay. I was a baseball player.
Don't get defensive. It's okay.
I was a baseball player.
It's okay.
I was a baseball
Some of us
player.
find our calling in different areas. It's okay.
What position do you think JG played in football? I'm curious. I don't want to say what number I was because that would give it away. I don't even want to give you guys a hint. I will say that I have very short arms. Let's see. But I have long other things. Colin Biscuit says, is there not some AI that can register 1,000 new numbers? Believe me, I've looked into it.
Listen,
Biscuit.
I only need 2. I need 2 tonight. I want to hit 400. We need 500 to be able to get super chats.
Yeah.
So if we can make it to 400, I feel like we're getting there. I feel like we're making it.
Yeah,
He
Courtney
was
really
anchoring the O-line.
Anchoring
I don't know
is-
about anchoring as the appropriate.
Let's see. Pocket Watch says linebacker. That is wrong. What the fuck is this? Biscuit names like a whole bunch of places.
Guarded the game.
He says end guard and bench. Sat on the end of the bench. Guarded the Gatorade.
I love it. I love it.
I was third team on the varsity. I was a starter on JV. Let's see. AU256 is wide out. My legs are way too short to be a wide out, bro. All right,
Yeah.
I'll tell you guys what it was. I was a center.
He wanted the guy's hands on his balls.
Yeah, I'm still friends with my quarterback, Devin.
I bet you are. I mean, doesn't that make you friendly in those positions?
We joked about that at the reunion, actually.
Yes, we did.
He said, I've had my hands on your husband's balls.
And I was like, okay.
And I was like,
awesome.
is that even true? Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be fondling my balls, Dev. I was number 50 for Holland Hall.
You made me have to apply too.
I was number 50. And I was, guys, seriously, the worst football player ever. Like, I had no toughness
How many
at all.
penalties did you have?
And there were no penalties. I just
No,
couldn't
I thought
do
you'd
it. I was just bad.
you'd be jumping.
No, I had the ball in my hand, so I really couldn't. If I was offside, we had a real problem. Let's see. Neil deGrasse Tyson says, just doing my part, another sub in the bag from Tim the Toolman Taylor's burner. We'll take it.
I love it. I told Jay the other day, I said, We need to find out your mom's old email addresses and try to get her to subscribe.
My high school did win back-to-back state titles recently.
Not when you were part of the team.
Oh no. Oh no. No.
Wait, I'm gonna check for clarity here. I'm gonna check for authenticity.
You want the receipts?
See if we have another member.
You want the receipts?
We have $3.99. We are so close. Thank you so much.
We're so close to 400.
We are so close.
Thanks, Neil deGrasse.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that. We are so close. Maybe we can.
We need to find another 100.
I need one more tonight.
But we're 80% of the way there.
Everybody has an old AOL account. Come on, guys. Do y'all remember when you had to pay? Well, a lot of these people don't, but you had to pay by minute to be on the internet.
I'll be honest, guys. I had a little bit of a
problem.
That's not where I was going. Remember when I downloaded that app off the internet that it let me get on AOL?
Which one?
Hold on, it let me get on AOL, but it didn't charge me. It was called AOL for free.
Yes.
And then I didn't have to pay.
But there was a long time between when you found that app and when you were on AOL for many minutes.
That is true.
And that City Mag bill went ching, 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 ching.
Neil deGrasse says, this is the account I talk shit on when I went in live streams.
Awesome.
We'd love to have you back as Tim the Toolman Taylor now. Don't talk shit at us. Revin says JG was laying the foundation for state titles that came 30 years later.
Oh, that's exactly right. Yeah.
That is true. That's good stuff. Let's see. Did you know that Matthew Stafford's center in high school was Clayton Kershaw? He says Keyshawn, but it's Kershaw.
I did not know that.
Who is the ace pitcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers. You're correct.
I would not have said that, but yes, of course.
I did not know that.
You said the Dodgers? I went to their stadiums this summer.
You sure did.
I did. Not when anybody was playing, but I went there.
We did go there. It was fun.
We did there. And when you look out from it, all you see is all the amazing smog over LA.
If there wasn't smog, you would see downtown.
Yeah, you would. You see buildings popping up, but
there was smog. Mm-hmm. I couldn't bring myself to buy anything from the Dodgers because I really am a Padres fan at heart. And I'm supposed to hate the Dodgers, so.
Call Me Biscuit says he hears the modem. And Jay has an awesome, do your modem sound.
That's how you know you're caught in.
It is.
Colleen's out.
Colleen, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you, Colleen. I didn't know you and Joshua were still here. I
appreciate you for hanging in
and
with
seriously, thank you for what you do professionally because you're making a difference in a way that I don't. She does, but I don't.
Well, you make a difference in a different kind of way.
You guys have that in common. You guys are shepherding.
You make a difference in a different kind of way.
The next generation of Americans. So we.
Yes, but sometimes on your shows, people feel a sense of community. So.
OTAG says, "Is that the account you use when you call Jay the quote most unprofessional moderator, and it's not even close?" Oh, fucking A, man. I cannot believe she said. The person said it's not even close. It has to be a girl. It was too girly. The post was too girly.
I just don't even understand that. It doesn't make sense to me.
Because, and I have girl fans.
Well, the other thing I don't understand is that it's not like this was, you've just gotten this gig 3 years ago.
He says he just subbed from his account from work.
Ooh, wait, we need facts.
If it's 400.
If it's 400, do you have like a fireworks emoji or something? I need a fireworks emoji.
I will do something special.
I need a fireworks emoji. Yes, we hit it! Oh my God, I don't need to know what he's doing special. Don't do that to the table. The table did not do anything wrong to you. Leave that chair alone. Leave that chair alone.
Come here.
This is documented. Sit down.
That's right. It all lives on the internet. That's my bad.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you.
Vince says Tim's doing work. He really is.
He's doing God's work.
He really is. He got us all the way to 400, Courtney.
Yes.
We're almost Ted Williams now. Seriously. I'm Ted Williams, baby.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Oh, Revin says drink. It's too much.
I will.
I'm on my second day of a anti-GERD medication. My doctor goes,
testing its boundaries.
When my doctor told me on Tuesday, he goes, listen, here's the thing. So you got to take this pill, and I need you to do 3 things for me. I was like, okay, cool. He goes, I need you to not eat spicy foods. I was like,
Voodoo Wing Company is my sponsor.
he said, I need you to kind of cut back on the carbonated beverages.
Like, love my...
And he goes, this third thing is really important, okay? No alcohol. Oh, yeah.
Can't do it.
That's just not going to happen.
So double up on that drug.
He goes, well, so what do you drink? And so it makes me think there's a certain kind of alcohol that he would be okay with. I go, I do like the bourbon. And he goes, I don't know, man. Maybe like one. I go, like one bottle?
One per 15
One bottle?
minutes?
He's like, nah, one drink maybe. I was like, I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. And I hope he's not watching. Dr. Hendon, I'm sorry.
He's watching.
He's like, well, Jay, you had about 6 that I watched. I'm like, fuck, I'm in trouble.
What's he gonna do to you?
Yeah, he's gonna be like, fuck it, I get it, man. I get fucked up too on the weekends. It doesn't
Look at what Call Me Biscuits.
The great thing about this show is that no one tells us to wrap it up because she's right here. Oh my goodness. That is absolutely true, Call Me Biscuit. O-Tag says, I'd find a new doctor. AU256 says, don't be a bitch, Jay. Tim says, what?
LOL, for sure.
I don't think, when I told him that I drink bourbon, he must have thought like an old fashioned, not like fucking just mainlining shit right out of the bottle. Like,
you're like, I have an IV of bourbon.
And what he didn't know, and what I didn't tell him,
you didn't tell him as I have a bourbon show.
We're going to Florida and we're gonna drink fucking a ton of bourbon.
You're like,
every day.
hey, let me tell you, I need a subscriber. So hey, while you're over there on your phone, go ahead and subscribe,
hey,
Doc.
Hit me up, man. I'm at Bourbon Blend on YouTube. AU256 is JGT. You keep hinting at it, but is the goat getting a voodoo soon?
What's the goat?
Madison. I don't. Those are waters I'd rather not wade into, bro. But I do think there's an opportunity.
They're working on it.
He told me that he was looking at both, at Huntsville and Madison. So I told him, I said, AU256, full disclosure, I said, if I were you, I'd probably look at Madison. And he goes, all right, cool. I don't know what that means. I don't know if he's like, JG doesn't know shit. He's a message board moderator. The fuck does he know about business? Which is a fair question, honestly.
Except that you run one.
Colin Biscuit says, gonna need a bigger glass for one.
That is true.
Yeah, I get one.
Facts.
Boy, when he told me no spicy food, no carbonated beverages, and no alcohol, I was just like, bro, what are you doing?
You're like, listen, do I want to live to be like 88 or 90?
Next thing you're going to tell me it's not going to be nightly blowjobs anymore. I'm just going to be like, Jesus, man, what are you doing? What are you doing?
You got very quiet in here.
What are you doing?
Got very quiet in here.
I don't know. I like Call Me Biscuit where he's coming from, though.
I'm pretty sure that just killed all of our, sponsorships that we have on the table.
All the sponsorships we have. Blanton's. It's delicious. We met Freddie, though.
I do like what O-Tag just said.
O-Tag says, what a coincidence. This glass is exactly 750 milliliters.
It's one.
I'd be like, Doc, I drink pretty big cups, honestly. He says, Tim Tillman Taylor says, skip over Hunts Vegas and put one in Chattanooga. College Street is a decent drive for me. Oh. We have had really good experiences in Chattanooga, to be fair. So
we haven't been there in a bit, but it's been fun.
I covered the SEC women's tournament there in '96, which I know is a long time ago. You probably were like, I don't even know if you were born. No, you were born in '85, so you were very young. I remember going, this town's fucking badass. Auburn won the tournament, by the way. And Chattanooga has continued to be even more badass all the time. Like, it's
one of my all-time favorite people in the entire world lives there. So.
Who that?
Is Markham.
Ooh, yes. Markham. Yes.
She always comments on, or she always likes my bourbon blend.
Oh, she gives you a like?
She gives me a like, and she texts me and she gives me emojis. She is freaking amazing.
Colin Biscuit says chapstick sponsor possibility. That is, I love chapstick.
Yeah.
This is my number one. This is the marshmallow. That is the best one that's ever been made. God, it's so good. Whenever I do this one, I always smell my lips like this. I look like Wanda from In Living Color.
Living Color.
When Jamie Foxx on Living
Another
Color.
amazing show that would not work these days.
No, In Living Color. Holy
Would
shit.
never work these days, but
I
it
saw,
was an amazing show.
dude, Jim Carrey on there doing the Vanilla Ice. Oh my God, he was like, I'm white and I'm popularizing. Oh my God.
Like, no.
Like, it's like laugh so hard that I like almost farted or whatever. Tim the Toolman Taylor says Chattanooga has exploded. Also, Chattanooga, strength in numbers for the way that you guys have done your internet, where you basically
Smart.
that's basically a utility in Chattanooga, and the cable companies tried so hard to fuck you guys out of that, and they failed spectacularly. Absolutely love it, man. Love the way you guys pulled that shit off. Very, very smart. Delia says, easy there, Tim. You got too much dip on your chip. Easy. Hey now. Let's see. Archie's it. Archie, I name dropped
no
you like
idea you were in
an
here.
hour ago. I name dropped you an hour ago. This is Jay. I've had GERD for 4 decades. I take 1 pill a day and eat spicy food.
Well, don't worry, because I know you also drink the bourbon, so.
I'm on day 2 of my pill. It's been better, I think.
You haven't been complaining about it. I mean, expressing concern.
He told me it would take at least a week to get going.
I have a question. Did that seem like it was more of an emotional support for you when I said explaining your concern instead of complaining? Does that sound better?
Do you want me to listen, or do you want me to give you feedback?
Exactly. I had a 20-year-old today tell me that she was very... Anyway, go on.
I had a 21-year-old tell me the other day, I better not say that. I don't want to implicate anybody. Colleen Biscuit says, Greenville, South Carolina also exploding.
That is true.
I was there like
true.
2 years ago for the NCAA
That is
tournament.
true.
That scene down there, I don't know if I was downtown or where the fuck I was at, was absolutely popping. Like, I had so much fun in Greenville. That place was, we had a lot of fun there. I was a little bit younger than me, but if I was 30, if we were 30, Greenville, we'd be having fun there, for real. D. Lucky says, legend in the house. Archie has entered the chat. Archie is, without a doubt,
A legend.
an absolute fucking pillar of the community at auburnsports.com and the human race.
Archie,
also.
I need to see you at the next event up there in North Alabama. I need to see you there. However, we need to make that happen.
Yeah, when's the last time we saw Archie?
It's been a minute.
Was it at Dob DeBomb's house?
Yeah. So it's been a minute. We need to see him.
You
our
guys,
next
I mean,
event.
well,
Wherever it is, we need to
literally
go.
got 13
Maybe we need to go to Archie.
we've got 13,000 people in this chat right now, but I'm telling you guys, Archie shows up to a fucking bunker party at Dob DeBomb's house. He's literally got more bourbon in his fucking arms than he can hold. Every one of those bottles is at least $300.
Big time bottle.
He shows up with fucking. I'm trying to think now. He had 2 bottles of Fourgate. He had. I can't remember the name of it now.
It was very.
Was it
nice.
William LaRue Weller? He shows up with all of it and he goes, "Open it, please. Fucking drink all you want."
He didn't use that nasty word.
No, he didn't use that word, but he said, "Drink all you want." I was like, "Is this
Yes.
guy real or is he a hologram?" But then I grabbed his arm.
He was.
And he was real, and he goes, "What are you doing?" Which I would have asked.
Ben
the
has
same
some
question,
amazing,
too.
interesting news for you here, Jay. So
Where were we going? Let's see. Raven, who definitely knows what the fuck he's talking about on this stuff, says it'll take a week or 2 for full effect. That's what he told me. My doc
that makes
said.
sense.
My doc said,
It'll take a week or 2
Give it a couple
without
weeks.
the bottle of bourbon in between.
"I know, I'm doing everything that I should be
Pre-treat
doing."
with Tums. Yes, we love the Tums.
Pocket Watch says Greenville is great. Yeah, Greenville. That's where I hung out with Pocket Watch and Canoeman and those.
Oh, they got you the room.
No, not a room, but they got me a place. They got
They
me
got
an
you
area.
a place to be able
I would
to
have
do
been
your show.
absolutely. I'd have been had lab.
They were
without their
They were
intervention.
ballers.
D. Lucky says Archie was at the last Nook event. I probably remember that because I was drinking 130 proof bourbon.
Archie is an amazing person. We enjoy seeing you anytime we can.
He's the spirit of the bunker, honestly. It's that sharing. It's that caring. It's that bourbon. It's that badass. What a stud.
You know, it's probably getting to be about that time.
Is it going to be
Jay.
about that time? Hey, Courtney, it's about that time.
It's about that time, Jay.
It's 10:30. We've
That's
been
a
on
long
the air
time.
for 2:29:29.
Okay, I'll give you 30. I'll give you 30 more seconds, Jay.
Colin
that's true
Biscuit
love.
says 1 week unless you go to beach. What does that mean?
I don't know what
week?
that means.
We're not going to be in the beach that long.
So we're going tomorrow. We'll be back Wednesday evening for a Thursday night bourbon blend.
Wait, hold on. We got a basketball game on Wednesday, right?
We will be back for
Yeah, we'll be back for the game.
that for sure. But Jay is going to attempt a brain drain from Destin.
No, I'm
after
not going to
the-
attempt. We're going to fucking get that done. It's just we're going to be on Wi-Fi, so who knows?
I mean, we'll see what we get, right?
We'll see what we get, no doubt. That's what Christy said. She said we're pretty good.
We'll be in Florida. You think we can see them there? A little far from there.
Christy said anytime.
I know. We're not anywhere near where they are.
We love Christy Malzahn.
We're just going to Destin.
And honestly, dude, I love Christy more than Gus. I love Christy a lot more than Gus. Christy's great. Gus can be kind of hit or miss a little bit, but he's all right. Archie says, sorry, battery failed. Didn't finish my GERD story. Eat spicy food, drink a little alcohol and shitty food from time to time. Just don't miss any pills, Courtney, because you'll have to start over.
Oh, miss any pill? This is not birth control, Jay.
I was going to say,
That's back in the day, baby. We don't have to worry about that anymore.
Are you still on
we're on the older side of this thing now.
are you still on Trifacial?
No, I am not.
Otag says, great show. Y'all enjoyed it.
Thank you for hanging out with us tonight.
What a stud.
And
man.
I am
love
so
Otag.
excited. Like, I need fireworks. Can we get a fireworks emoji somewhere?
Colin
'Cause
Biscuit
we
says
made-
medicine kicks in a week unless you drink at beach.
At beach.
At beach.
At beach. Well, we're drinking at beach and at beach liquors.
Dude, Biscuit, I think, is on the other coast now.
Look at that, Jay. 400 subscribers. I am so excited, y'all.
I've already impregnated
Thank
this
you.
chair, but...
That poor chair. That poor chair.
All right, well, I will continue to take my Promazoli. I don't know.
I don't know what it is. It's a large horse pill.
It's pretty large, yeah. It's like dark on one end and light on the other. Wait. All right, guys, we'll wrap it up there. So I will probably see most of you guys next on the Brain Drain on Saturday.
You'll probably hear me drunk in the background.
We did a show for the Alabama game last year from Florida, and it worked. It was fine.
We'll be good.
I'm bringing all my shit. I mean, my laptop, my mic, my lights. So we'll make it work. Colin Biscuit says he's in the GOAT ATL. You didn't used to be, though. But I'm glad that you moved closer to us. Bro.
Well, you're going to have to be at our ATL event then.
Yeah, I would hope
There's
so.
like zero chance that you're not there.
I would hope so. All right, so I'll see you guys on Saturday. I'm pretty sure it'll work.
Yeah.
Even though it's on Wi-Fi.
We're going to make it happen. It's all good.
Even if it's on Wi-Fi. Until then, guys, thank you for watching the Bourbon Blend. Courtney, would you like to thank them for watching the Bourbon Blend?
I appreciate it. And cheers to y'all. My cup is empty, and I appreciate y'all.
Bye.